That's cool. And then I got you some buttons too.
Buttons?
The tiny scroll buttons. These are my favorite ones. I did all the graphic design on all these. You just burnt the Go in Jesse's.
We're not recording?
Oh, did you sit on the camera?
I did. It fell down on it.
It's still good though. Look.
Yeah, it is.
I might have got it, actually.
Those are some good quality. I love those. Those are some
Dude, I really
good.
hope so, because that's where we're starting. Even if it's a false start, I'm gonna leave it. Just, you know what? Fuck it. We just.
I got some cool weird things that talk
Right there.
that are like that kind of thing that
All right.
I can mention.
You
to
ready?
I'm ready.
God, now it smells like burnt fucking paper in here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
How about it?
And we're off. Welcome to Crashcast 2407 on your radio dial, baby.
When I was a kid, I always wanted to be a radio DJ. I used to sit in my closet and tape songs onto a cassette and.
What's wrong?
I was getting the burn smell now.
Oh, sorry.
It's,
You used to sit in your closet and did you do mixtapes from the radio?
yeah, I would like record from a radio or do 2 decks and record, just play one and do it like that.
Did you do
Talk
the thing
between
where
the.
you steal mom's cassette and do the paper in the hands and record over like Reba McEntire?
No, I was real judicious with my quarters, and you could just go and buy tapes at Walmart, and I would split them with my brother, and include my sister in a little bit too, and we'd all be doing some crazy stuff, and making up radio shows and just going with it for an hour, 2 hours, I guess. Flip the tape over and do it, just make up complete stuff,
That and staying up late to catch the music video premieres on MTV.
Yeah.
Like, have tape in the VCR ready to go. Like, Dad, I swear, they said it's this time. Like, please, let me stay.
Right. Can I just please stay up a little longer? I remember sitting up watching, for some reason, on 9/11, watching VH1 all night. It was like, why was I listening to the VH1? I think Dave Chappelle, maybe it's Dave Chappelle's joke about, like, what I want to know about what Ludacris thinks about this right now. Or Cool J, whatever it was. Yeah. But I mean, that was my
He said, let's cut the jaw. Jaw Rule. Is it Jaw Rule?
Yeah, it was Jaw. Jaw, what you think about America right now?
Yeah, that is. I think it is Jaw Rule. That's fucking wild.
Yeah.
So what's?
One time John Rule said no to Fast and Furious.
Yeah. Did he really?
Really?
Oh, well, he's an idiot.
He was supposed to be what Ludacris was in Too Fast, Too Furious, but he said no.
Really?
He turned on $500 million.
What?
Or not $500 million. It's $500,000.
So,
well.
I guess at that time he probably was making way more than that. But imagine when
he didn't want to get stuck in one character, I think is what it was. And now, obviously, he regrets it.
Because now he's nobody, kind of, sort of.
In comparison to Ludacris.
Like, who remembers Ja Rule?
Who the fuck is Ja Rule?
Look at Ja Rule. Is Ja Rule the one that has the real? Is that him?
That's Exhibit, I think.
Oh, there's Exhibit. I like Exhibit.
No, that's Ja Rule. No, DMX was. Oh wait, yeah, you're right.
Like that.
Oh no, that's fucking Mystical, I think.
Mystical. That's the one I really like.
Yeah, he is in prison.
Isn't Ja Rule the one that did Firefest or whatever?
He was a part of Firefest.
prison.
Yeah,
He was
he
like, I was
is.
just a spokesperson.
Right, Mystical's in prison, right? MC Murder.
Fact check us on that.
We call the
Yeah, call the prison and make sure. So
Hello.
what's this? What is this?
Oh, this is
Besides burned. Whoopsie.
I bring you nice stuff, and what do you do?
I light it on fire.
show it to the camera.
I'm so sorry.
Waka
See that burn
waka.
mark, that cute little burn mark?
He did it. I said that poster's not going to stay up there, but he's yeah, it will, and it fell over immediately.
Oh yeah, it's
but they're
really
good posters, and I'm going to have some autograph ones.
Listen, it just took a flame, and
yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah.
Oops.
We're going to autograph a bunch of those and bring them to the show. If folks want to, if you donate, I'll give you one, whatever. But I'll have albums and stuff for sale too. And that I just think that this poster represents what Spoonbend's all about, and it's been a big journey about that. We can get into it, but this is, let's see here, old-timey. Oh, wait a second, old-timey looking pictures here.
Yeah,
I found those in. So my wife does a lot of like boutique junking, or I call it going to Goodwill or the GW boutique, and she'll find some cool stuff, like a binder full of old photos, you know, and that's what these came from, you know. And Spoonbend's all about, you know, it's like what I grew up doing, and it's kind of like that. And there's telephone lines.
So
and
these were from somebody's like life
personal possessions, yeah.
And they're like,
I got one better than that. Yeah,
Ram is gone now. We have all these photos. These are people we have no idea who they are.
Well,
Let's
look at
take that shit to Goodwill.
This young man right here, he's probably even passed away at this point.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I mean, we're all connected to all that stuff, but I can even do you one better than that. There was a yard sale up the street from us, and, you know, I live in East End in a nice little community.
I live right near East. I'm 5 minutes from East End.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I live on Sardis Road.
Live very close to each other.
Oh, really? Okay, so Kurt's been out to my place to do photos and stuff. Yeah, let's hang out sometime.
Absolutely. You text me anytime.
I heard you're not drinking beer anymore, and I'm not either. And
I'm fucking straight edge. It's not my choice.
I'm straight edge. I smoke a little too much
I'm going to have to get a tattoo or something to
marijuana.
commemorate the...
Don't say that. They'll add you to the group chat.
Oh, Lord.
No marijuana, no nothing.
Yeah.
Heart conditions, baby.
Get after it. Get after it. There's so much health.
The Lord
stuff.
smited me. I have been smited.
you have been given a gift that you must use for your own personal gain, or the gain of the Lord in this case. It's true.
But yeah, it's just funny that people, because so my dad passed away not long ago, and we came across a photo book that's like, I mean, I don't know who they are. I don't know what. I know they're my family. Mm-hmm. I mean, they came over here on a boat to Ellis Island, like the whole thing, and it just got pictures of them pre that. And I'm just like, I don't know what to do with this.
These cowboy pictures. I mean, there's some dudes in these pictures that are just like on a horse and did the dust.
I feel like it belongs in a museum, but everyone's got these old photos. Like, who would even? You know,
that's something that you're not going to have in the future.
Or some sort of archive. You know,
right.
Is there a place where you can take these things and get them archived? So at least when it deteriorates into nothing, because some of it, like literally, I picked up the photo book and the front fell off. Like it's that old.
Yeah.
So.
It's like
it's
in
weird
this
that someone
world.
would take that to Goodwill. What the fuck?
I don't know. Maybe it was just like in a drawer or something. Why would they put it on the shelf? You know, whatever. But you know, that's something I was thinking about a lot recently. Is like, hey, we put all our photos on digital and they're in the cloud or whatever. You know, and that's just more servers somewhere. It's not really a cloud, but you don't have photos printed out. You're not going to be able to sit down with your son and be like, you remember when we went to Gulf Shores and here's a picture of you and your mom sitting. And
they're kind of just like in the background too. Like you put them on a picture frame and it rotates through. Or
yeah, that's an extreme of it. The biggest thing that kills me is like you're in the moment of something really super awesome, like Sadler Vaden's like shredding and you're at a Jason Isbell show and it's like, whoa, and everybody's got their camera up. It's like we forgot how to live.
Yeah, for sure.
We forgot how to live through.
Because it's Kurt's job. It's Kurt's job to capture that moment so I can print that out and have the thing forever, right? Like, that's what photographers are for. But the advent of the smartphone gave us all...
Everybody's a photographer.
The capture power. So it's like... And now they're insane. I mean, you turn... I just found out about HDR mode. Holy shit. You turn that thing on at night plus the audio quality, like... I mean, it's better than anything I could just go on, you know, it's like, and then, but also I'm not going to rewatch that. I'm not going to do shit with that.
I might rewatch it later on, like if it's a memory or something.
Or you post it as a story and it goes away in 24 hours. And then 2 years later, you're like, I forgot I did that.
That's a whole nother thing, man. Everything about social media is, well, for y'all, you know, the podcast. Yes. And then like me trying to promote an album in today's.
It's so hard.
So hard, and I've tried to do everything right, you know.
And you've been street teaming. I saw you at the Vinyl Con.
Yeah, I went out there and did it because I knew there would be some music folks there. But you know, I've been trying to do this whole thing the right way. I say the right way. What is the right way?
There is no right.
Well,
or wrong way. The only way is
true.
to do. You have to do. It doesn't matter what the do is, even if it's a new novel idea or whatever it is.
Right.
The only thing that matters is that you're out there doing.
You got to be stirring.
Just hit publish.
You got to be stirring.
That's right.
Yeah. You got to make it look cool, and you got to try to be, you know, you can, there's so many, I mean, like you said, there's so many different ways to do something. You know, my mentor and the producer of Spoonbend is Jimbo Mathis. Jimbo Mathis is like...
Jimbo Mathis.
Yes, my God.
What a name, baby.
Bro, Jimbo Mathis is, he learned everything he knew from Jim Dickinson, and Jim Dickinson was so just he was like ingrained in the Memphis music scene for so long, and he he was in Miami as session work, and in Memphis as section work, and then eventually was a producer, and he produced some replacements. He produced so many Bob Dylan albums, and
Holy hell.
yeah, and Jimbo learned everything from him. Okay, so Jim Dickinson's sons are Cody and Luther Dickinson, who are part of the North Mississippi. I guess they're the North Mississippi All-Stars. Yeah.
Oh, my buddy Nick went out with them a bunch of times.
Really?
Yeah.
Nick who?
Nick, Harris.
Nick Harris.
Sorry. I call him Big Boy.
Big Boy.
Yeah.
Nick Harris, if you're watching.
And we know that you are.
Spoonbend. Yeah, come on over, baby. We are. Jim Dickinson. Jim Dickinson is most famous for playing the piano on a song called "Wild Horses" by the Rolling Stones. He just lucked into the studio, Wild horses. That's it. Couldn't drag me away.
Oh, I'm thinking of the country version then, because the version I'm thinking of was definitely a lady. Wild
Yeah.
Keep dragging me.
That's the song. That's the song.
That's
if
a
you read his
Rolling
book, it's
Stones
pretty
song?
cool. Yeah, it is a Rolling Stone song.
Shit.
So Jimbo, he's learned all this stuff and just went out and started doing it, and Jimbo's had several albums. Started the Squirrel Nut Zippers back in the 90s, and was on Letterman, all these things.
Yeah,
he when that all kind of went I don't want to say downhill, but like there was some stuff with their band, and
things go away.
Things
Times change.
Yeah, it happens.
It's part of it.
After some things happened with that, Jimbo's back doing his own thing, back Mississippi area, Memphis, whatever, and opened his own studio, and
that's awesome.
he got hooked up with Buddy Guy. He recorded Buddy Guy's Sweet Tea album. That's
fuck?
That's the one that he's got a Grammy for. He also recorded what, in my opinion, is it may be the best recording ever. It's at least top 5 for me. I mean, it may be number 1. It's Elvis Costello Delta Verite.
Holy moly!
Yeah, he recorded that album too. And it's just like so beautiful.
And this guy's.
He's my producer. Yeah, Jimbo Matthews is my mentor, my producer, my friend.
That's awesome.
So in 2005, it was New Year's Eve 2006, and I was living in Jonesboro, Arkansas, and hanging out at a guitar store that my now friend Matt Pierce owned. He sold like Gibson, and it was high end, and I bought on credit. I was flunking out of school anyway. Why not? I was spending all my money on
like a
dumb
true
stuff.
rock star.
Right, and I bought a Les Paul from him in a nice big stack, not knowing. I was living in a fraternity house. I got a half stack, whatever, 100 watts. Anyway,
Billy, check this out.
He's like, hey, you want to meet somebody cool tonight? And so I'm thinking okay, so I know that Sheryl Crow's dad's been in the store several times, and Sonny Burgess, when he was alive, he'd come in the store up there, and so I'm thinking, I'm going to get to meet Sonny Burgess tonight, or I'm going to get to meet Sheryl Crow's dad, and then he introduces me to Jimbo, and I'm like, I know of this, and I just, started
for sure.
Yeah, I started buying his. I bought several of his albums. I just was enamored with it from the jump, and pandemic comes. There's so many folks giving online lessons. I took a bunch of lessons from Daniel Donato, who's a country phenom in Nashville, one of the best guitar players in the world right now. Of course, not all of that rubbed off on me, or hardly any of it. But taking some music lessons from Anthony Wellington, and he was Victor Wooten's bass player, baddest bass player in the world's bass player. It's pretty cool. I'm not trying to name drop all these folks, but it was just like this. Like people were online, they're just like, we're not gigging, let's do lessons. And Jimbo is one of the guys that I really always wanted to hook up with, and I thought I'm never gonna be able to work with Jimbo Mathis, man. But my friend Amy Garlandangelo was like, yeah, every time he comes to town, he calls me. He's like, come sing some songs when we play tonight, whatever. Hope she didn't see this because that was not a great impression. I've got a better one. I wanted her to see it. I wanted her to see it and listen to all of it. So she's like, yeah, I got his phone number, and I think she may have just given it to me, or maybe I reached out on Facebook, just maybe gave me the courage to do it. And I was like, hey, I want to do some, let's do a guitar lesson or something, and he's got
those first steps are the most embarrassing steps.
Right.
When you're reaching out to somebody,
you're fumbling over it. Yeah. I'm a big proponent of just shooting my shot, I get somehow or another. Ray Wiley Hubbard followed me on Twitter, and we just talk sometimes, he just weird stuff,
how
man.
Approachable a lot of people are that aren't
right.
That you wouldn't think that they are. It's wild.
Yeah. And Jimbo was the same way. He was just like we sat down and did a lesson, and I'm a huge riff guy. I love riffs.
Love the riff, dude.
I'm a riff. I'm a
drink a riff all day.
Oh my gosh,
I love it.
I can write riffs like nobody's, and I can write lyrics good too. And I didn't even know this. And so I'm like, I'm gonna get some of these Jimbo licks, So we got through with the lesson. He's like, why are you taking guitar lessons from me? Like, there's no reason for you to be taking any kind of guitar. Like, why are you doing this?
Like, you're good enough. You don't need lessons.
And I'm like, well, just honestly, I'm enamored. Just like, I love you. And like, I've always wanted to work with you and do something with you. And I've I got a band and I produce it. Like, I'm putting out an album that was Tombstone Mind. And like, he just kind of took me under his wing, and we started doing sending songs back and forth, lyrics, and he would give me, like, we'd do a lesson on how to like how he writes lyrics, just different things like that.
You record
and
all yourself at home?
Do what?
Do you record all your own stuff?
So I'm dabbling in recording, but no, we went to Muscle Shoals and recorded this in the Muscle Shoals 2 studio, not the brick building that's like the Fort 13 whatever Jackson Highway.
Right.
The second building that they built after they outgrew that block building. And the first album that was recorded there was Slow Train Coming by Bob Dylan. At the same time, that was Studio A, that's the big one. And Studio B, which is the room that we were in inside the studio, was while they were recording Slow Train Coming, Dire Straits was next door doing Communique. So then, oh gosh, I just went blank on his name. Dire Straits guy was playing on his album, going back and forth. So it's like that. And then this, like, the second or third album they recorded, where there was Against the Wind. I don't know if you've ever heard that before, but that's one of my favorite albums of the whole time. And then John Prine recorded a couple albums there, including Storm Windows, which is ironically my favorite John Prine. So the original, what else? The original version of Careless Whisper was recorded there. It's like a real slow. It's so like
this was recorded?
Well, yeah, we recorded Spoonbend in that studio, and like, you can, like, to me, like, I listen to Communique so many times that when I was in that room and just playing even my guitar, the sound of the guitar that I play, not like, on his name again, not his. I could hear the room, like, I could hear that album because the wood is there,
Oh yeah.
There's some weird stuff that happened there too. Like, as soon as we got there, we check in the hotel, and Jimbo and me and he was playing keys for me at the time, and now he plays bass, and he would play keys on every album from here on out, honestly. Jared Vargas, he's a phenomenal dude. He's a phenomenal musician.
Like this, Vargas.
He's got a little bit of accent, but his parents are like first generation Americans, and they don't speak very much English. But Jared, like I said, they lived in like Oregon, and now they live in Little Rock, and just salt of the earth folks are so nice. They just opened up a food truck. I would drop that food truck if I knew the name of it. It looks really good. I'm probably gonna go try it this afternoon.
Is it the one behind Vino's?
No, it's brand new. I can look it up, but there's so many weird. We're checking in a hotel and we're hanging out and whatever. And I had brought some. We were talking about water earlier. I brought some bottles of spring water I got from Hot Springs, and and I'm so cheap. I like drink the water out of the green jug. I buy it at Whole Foods or whatever, and then I'll fill those up at the water fountain.
Dude, I have a water. I have a half-gallon water jug that it's in my car right now. That thing goes everywhere I go. Yeah, I know all about it. Water drinker. And then when you go to a different place, I'm the kind of person that's like, I'm either buying water at the grocery store when I get there, or I'm bringing my own, because I don't ever know what it's going to taste like in the room. I'll
bring in Muscle Shoals, Alabama.
With the room, but if I taste the tap water and it's off, I'm like,
no, I don't even screw with the tap water anymore because I know it's going to be off.
That's fair. So you like your own brand,
right? Yeah. I do. I filter it at home, and sometimes I'll take my little Soda Stream and carbonate it up. So we're just like hanging out. And then we go out to the car. We're like, all right, let's go over to the studio and load in our guitars and get them out of the heat and everything. And it's August, and one of those jugs had exploded, and the top came up and then went back down in itself. And Jim, I was like, oh man, that's a good sign. So we get to the studio, and we load in our stuff, and then we go out to dinner. And I said to our engineer Grant Walden, I said, hey, what is all this? Is it really magic? Is Muscle Shoals? Does it have all this magic to it that people say? And he's like, oh no, this all is overblown, and then blah blah blah, and like not real, it's just like people say it's like marketing, goes on, and then he says, but actually, it really is kind of real. And
Well,
he's
the track record's kind of insane.
He's got a lot of Native American blood, and he's very into the area and understanding the Singing River aspect of the Tennessee in that area, and he's, I can't speak for him, but he let me know that there's some stuff to that, and so cool. The song feels like home. Oh, sorry, it is Mississippi. Yeah, it's like cool. Like an aura of energy or something. I don't know what it is necessarily.
Oh man, walls have things in them for sure.
Stuff sticks to walls.
You can walk into places and be like, "Fuck," because I've walked into some places and been like, "We don't need to be here."
Yeah, I have that.
Your
innate
body tells you, but it works on a positive level too.
It does. It really does.
Absolutely.
So I can think of a couple stories right off the top that were something that was absolutely ridiculous. We are recording "Feels Like Home," which was originally titled "Spoonbend," before we renamed the project. Whatever.
They're always track 1, track 2. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. So we
Track 69.
right. We were recording "Spoonbend," and it's all about growing up on a river and fishing with my granddad, and that kind of stuff, and the heat and all these things. And we're recording guitars or something. I say, Grant, is there another chair in here? Whatever. First line of the song is "Red Vinyl Bench Seat." We haven't recorded lyrics. He doesn't know the lyrics. He's never heard the demos. He's just the engineer. He's not worried about that part of it, right?
Putting the thing together.
Yeah, he's just doing all the important stuff on the board and everything. So he never knew the lyric, "Red Vinyl Bench Seat, Granddaddy's knee," and he brings in this red vinyl chair from 1960 something. I was like, are you fucking with me? Are y'all seriously screwing me right now? Like, what is going on?
I love it.
And he's like, what are you talking about? Like, he had no idea. And Jimbo was like, that's weird.
The juju is real.
The juju is real. I was like, this is absolutely weird, And so, later when we are recording the vocal tracks, we are, I'm having a hard time, and I've gotten over it mostly, but I'm still kind of scared of the microphone. I'll lay back off of the microphone, people. It's different, I'm getting used to it, but people have to train, and the people who do that for all the time for a living every night, it's not that they're good at it, it's just they've gotten over it.
It's a long game for sure.
We're recording vocals and I'm having a hard time, and we've got the lights better. We dropped the lights down.
But the mood helps a lot.
No, I'm down to my underwear because I'm trying to get in the I'm about to get in the river, kind of thing, and
right.
I got my sunglasses on. I'm trying to get into it, and so all these things come. I've got my shoes off, of course, because I don't have any drawers on, and it was so weird, man. I don't know how I saw it, but I looked down the carpet and just this little gleam of silver or metal or whatever. And I'm like, what is it? I hope it's not a staple. I hope I don't step on that. And I start looking, and it's a number 6 Aberdeen bait holder, same hooks that my granddad made me use.
What the fuck?
And it's not
just
like
in this carpet of the studio.
And it's not like they put it there to trick me, and I'm sitting on top,
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
No, it was in the carpet. I had to get to diagonal pliers that we were using to cut strings to dig it out of the carpet. It was all rusty. It was the same hook, and I'm crying at this point, bawling my eyes out.
Man.
Okay, thanks, Granddaddy. Let's finish this song.
Right.
And I get up and I'm
Damn,
I'm just getting
that's
goosebumps.
cool.
So there was some things that were really absolutely
That's powerful.
Yeah, powerful. And I think that the album comes together that way too, because you're recording songs and you hear these demos and you write these songs and you hear them so many times one way and you're so set in them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then somebody like Jimbo Mathis sends you a demo of one of your songs and you hear it and you're like, okay, for one, this exact example this is the first time I've ever heard anybody play one of my songs, and this is the first time I've ever heard somebody demo one of my songs and send me something like that. I'm kind of having this internal imposter syndrome.
Yep.
I'm having this embarrassment, and not only that, but Jimbo had turned it on its head. I wrote this song, and Kurt heard the old version because he was out photographing us one night when we did a demo of it. It was like a 6/8 country steel, faking
How
steel
long ago
guitar.
was that?
year and a half by now.
Okay.
Maybe 2 years by now.
Tombstone Mine.
Tombstone Mine, my other band, and all that music is out there too, so you can listen to it. It's funny, I get more listens on most streaming services for Tombstone Mine than I do for this, and this is
But
you know
this is
so
a
much
new
more of a
thing,
like
right?
it's new and it's
Yeah,
more
it
more
takes a while.
you know it does, and that's fine with me. I'm enjoying the ride.
So both projects still exist?
Yeah, Tombstone Mine's just like when I started Tombstone Mine, we started doing this thing called trademark Sist and Deceased, where we were doing like a Halloween jam at my house, and my brother Micah would always, play drums or guitar, and Keely would come over and play bass or guitar, and I have a friend, Chris Ishmael in Little Rock, who's a fraternity brother of mine from Jonesboro, and he'd come over and play guitar. And we always had this like rotating, it was just a jam. It was kind of like the desert sessions that, that the Queens of Stone Age dudes do, and that's what Tombstone Mine came out of, and it's always just like jam and improv. And every time I took the stage, I had a different drummer, or like I never had the same lineup over and over. And it wasn't like a polished thing. We'd go over the songs, like you guys listen to these, and we'll just jam them, and whatever. And it was a lot of that, a lot of improvisation. And this is more of a solid. So, Jimbo. It was like the third day we were there. Jimbo's like, you might think about changing your name. Like, but I got all these T-shirts. He's like, don't worry about that. So yeah, I mean,
more T-shirts.
Yeah, I mean, so going forward, I'm definitely gonna keep up with doing some Tombstone Mine stuff in the next, whenever I want to. But it's probably gonna go back to being more of like I recorded this in our home. We just did it live. We just did a jam.
DIY, man.
Okay, I was under the impression initially that Spoonbend was taking over Tombstone Mine, so that's interesting.
Yeah, it's just two different flavors of the thing, to me.
Different enough to be able to still do both,
Yeah, and
Where's this show at?
Whitewater Tavern.
Oh, the Tav.
The whole time. This Friday night. And it's going to be...
Friday?
This is this Friday.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and, I appreciate y'all coming. You get tickets at whitewatertavern.com/
They got
Spoonbend
a
dash... well, I'm just kidding. I don't know the whole URL, but...
Competing show before you book this.
Spoonbend with Jimbo. Oh, Jimbo's playing with you?
Jimbo will be playing in the band that night, and Jimbo's
Cool.
He's obviously an honorary member of the band. But what producer is going to be like, I'll just come play in your band just for the kicks of it, just to do it, like I'm just doing this for you, Bubba. And if in the future, if there's like some big shows that I really want Jimbo on and I can afford him, I'll put him on it. I like to, even if he's like, no, that's cool, I like try to hook him up and get him going. The Going Jessies, one of my probably my favorite Little Rock band. Honestly, I'm sorry.
Local.
They are.
Jessies.
Well, so Derek Wood from the Going Jessies. I met him when I was recording that Tombstone
What kind
Mind
of music
album.
is it?
It's more of like Americana, like country rock.
Okay.
They have a song called "The Apples Ain't Real." That's like it's kind of got like
2 apples per bottle.
kind of like. I mean, it's really kind of like '90s, all like acoustic, but like '90s alternative, like
but country.
It's really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
They're one of my favorite bands, and so Derek helped me finish. I asked him I don't know what I'm doing. Like I recorded all these songs. I don't even have lyrics for them, and now I got to go
Help
fit
me.
lyrics. Please help me, and he really did. And I know I've always loved his band, and my buddy Trey Johnson plays in his band occasionally, and
That's cool.
so they were an obvious choice for me to open a show. Of course, I said Jimbo's going to be playing in the band with us. It's going to be great. I've got special guests coming as well. My friend Amy Garland Angel, who I've already mentioned a couple times. My friend Mallory Everett, I used to play with her. I play guitar and mandolin for her. She's got an album coming out too. Y'all got to check her out. If you like country music, it's powerful though. It's not just like Nashville girl country. No, it's like deep and like songs about her mother, songs about like just make you bawl. Like she's a powerful songwriter. She's excellent.
I cry easy these days, man.
Yeah,
I don't know if I need to be crying on my way home.
It's gonna hurt you. And Christian Miller. I keep saying Kristen. I'm sorry, Christian Miller from Posey Hill, the band that's also another, like, they're pretty laid back. It's a family band. It's her and her sisters and her dad.
It's another Arkansas act?
They're from Arkansas. So the bands, I'll hope to work with them.
Is everybody on this list from Arkansas?
Everybody. This is a whole Arkansas thing. Jimbo, okay. I guess Jimbo's the only one that's not, but he's...
I guess I need to get deeper in the country world. I don't know. None of this...
Yeah.
This, what is it, 7 years?
7 years. And
7 years
just
almost,
had our first
started
country
that.
act.
New people every single day.
I saw you had John Bailey on.
We had 2 country acts this year, and they were kind of back to back, and that was the firsts.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool.
And John left us a nice souvenir.
It's cool that it's.
What did he leave you?
We didn't put it back up here. We need to give it. It's a fucking bloody severed arm.
Oh, from his new music video? Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. I used to play in John's band, his first album or EP or whatever. That's me playing all the guitar on that one.
Really?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We, I was kind of, like, my dad got sick. It was pretty serious. We thought it was very, very, very serious. And I stepped away, and, he got somebody to fill in. And I'm like, that's cool because I got this thing I got to do. And, we're obviously cool.
Right.
I obviously love him to death. He's a good friend. I wish I could talk to him. I wish we talked more. But John, text me, man. Quit acting like you're working all night, operating a machine or whatever. No, I feel like I've just gone off on a tangent here. I know
that's what this podcast is.
This is cool.
On.
I like. Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's why these end up being 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
I don't have a structured.
But I didn't know you played with John too. That's
yeah.
cool.
I played with John, and that was some great times.
You're like in there.
Like I've just been around a little while, and kind of like
when
in
did
the
you
background.
Because I know your brother.
Well,
and I've known him since he was fucking. I mean, I guess he was a kid then. I mean, we all were, but
yeah, he would. If you'd known Micah in your time and in your 40 years, and it's been in the last 15, then yeah, he would definitely been a kid then.
The last 15, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, my brother and I played music a lot together when we first, like whatever. And then, Micah went off into metal and hardcore stuff, and he still loves it, and that's cool. And I've met the hardest I get, like Caius and like stoner grunge stuff,
Yeah.
I like what Austin Sublet's doing right now. It's really sick. My brother's got a new album out too.
Shout out to Kosha.
Yeah.
I even asked him the other night.
It's Goro. He probably gave you a shittier answer just to be funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what'd you say? Did you say no? Absolutely.
What's your band name?
It's just a bunch of sticks on a piece of paper.
Do you know how to make a RAR?
Can you make the R upside down?
Yeah. Like a corn logo, but different.
But a little different.
Instead of a name generator, you just throw out a bunch of sticks, and that's the name of the band now. Whatever.
I kind of that main Spoonbend, like my main logo. I kind of went with the throwback of like. Kind of like the Cramps or something, a little bit. It's kind of drippy, but then I put like I'm not a Photoshop guy, but I'm a Adobe Illustrator guy, and I put like a filter on there and made it look all staticky. And one of the sticker services, I was trying some different ones, and they emailed me like, this is too pixelated, and I'm like, it's not pixelated. Look at it. It's a very high quality. It's supposed to be that way. And they're like, oh, I guess you're right. And I didn't use them again. But
just print the fucking
print the sticker, man. That's what it's supposed to look like. Go for it. So
I'm sure they get yelled at more times though for people sending them crappy, so they probably have to say it.
Well, their stickers were crappy, and yeah,
fuck you, Sticker Mule.
No, it was. I love Sticker Mule. They do the great. They do the best. They didn't do these. They did these. They do all my stickers
Sticker
now.
Mule rules.
Sticker Mule is great, and they do those deals.
Like
and
$29 or whatever.
Dude,
it's a little hot dog.
If you're an artist and you want to get some stickers, I would suggest Sticker Mules because. So you know what this is? It's if you ever go to the grocery store and look at the trashy meat section, you'll find pickled sausages.
You mean where I fucking shop?
The trashy meat section? Over by the Viennas, there's pickled red sausages, and this is like
him?
Uncle Bill or whatever. And I took him off. Shit. I stole him. He's flipped around, and I changed his colors enough for it to be my creative liberty. It's a meme, whatever.
It's okay. Second Life, the fact that they haven't been sued by fucking. Just in case
the Pokemon company is listening.
Blows my mind, dude.
It's fair use, probably.
I mean, look right behind you at the man with caravan shirt. I mean, they're all doing it. Look at Moonmane. I mean, they're all doing it.
It's inevitable.
It's hilarious.
I mean, look at the Santa costume.
That's true.
Look at the Santa costume.
Straight ripped Santa right off.
That's
beautiful. These are beautiful stickers.
Well, thank you.
This
I appreciate
one's fucking
that.
great.
I've always loved those.
That's my favorite.
So
this is.
Sick. I just take photographs that I like, and then I'll draw them in an Illustrator.
And you draw too?
Well, it's not really drawing. It's more like you're just clicking a mouse a whole bunch of times. You illustrate. It's like Photoshop, but it's like a vector.
Okay.
Yeah, I turned it into
So you put the letters on there all silly like, and then took a photo of the sign with the silly letters?
No, I put those letters. I put the letters on there, and then turned them all into individual assets and turned them different ways. Vectorized everything.
Assets, vectorized. I know
that's what I like to do graphic design.
Flat.
I'm not super great at it, but I mean I'm getting better. And one of these days maybe I'll let people ask me to do band posters. Whatever. I'll do your stickers or your band posters anyway. Probably for like $3 just because I like doing it if I get time.
What do you do for a living? Do you have like a day job?
Yeah, I do. Thankfully, because everything's so expensive now, and
Amen.
My gosh. I work for a company that built a bunch of bank software, and it's like cutting edge next gen.
You're smart.
And I don't know about that.
Really smart people on here.
It's fun. I get to like write documentation. I get to like really dig into the code, and like I'm a big troubleshooting guy. Like I was a developer for a while, but developing like straight up from scratch or like I can do it, but like I hate doing it. I'm way better at troubleshooting and finding things that are about something that already exists. So.
Tired of all your friends asking you to make their apps for them.
Can't do it. It's like, my mom, she's like, can you come work on my computer? It's just not doing right. And like, she didn't ask anymore because I'm just like, Mom, if it's not a web server running Tomcat, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have a clue about a Windows machine. I don't even use them anymore. So yeah, it's fun. It's a fun job, and it's a little flexible, so I can get to do stuff.
You get to work from home. And
I work from home because we're based out of Jacksonville, Florida.
Whoa!
So I get to I don't travel. I haven't traveled in a while, but sometimes I do. And
that's
Jacksonville,
fun.
Florida. I would love to go down there and meet my team. But yeah, I got a job, and because I've got a 5-year-old kid who eats the house down, and my wife is the most supportive person out of everybody and I've got some really supportive folks in my corner, but my wife's the one who's just absolutely like,
go for it,
do it, and I don't care.
That's
like
awesome.
Do whatever you got to do.
What a keeper! Holy
my
moly.
God, I know. And I was married before. I didn't have that. I had the opposite of that. It was like abuse, and that put a lot of mental illness on me. Like I already had a bunch.
Doubt.
Self-doubt, like imposter syndrome, like we were talking about. Like,
I even get that. My wife's super supportive as well.
You have to have a supportive wife, and that's really. I just thought about this. Jimbo
it doesn't
said,
work if you don't.
Yeah, Jimbo's like, one of the reasons I decided to do this with you is because your wife's so cool, whatever. And my wife's just this beautiful,
no drama.
No drama. Yeah, he's like, I can't handle it with this and that person. I didn't name any names, but like, if your wife's not into it, you can't do this.
Johnny Cash was a real dick.
Yeah.
I think if you're that famous, you definitely got some tendencies.
And she's also beautiful to boot. And it's like, so
Aww.
she is. No. So I've got evidence of it. It's not just a thing.
I've got a photographic proof.
My aunt's mother passed away a few years ago, and she was a very prominent lawyer in Little Rock in the state of Arkansas. And I don't know all the details because, she's not like my grandmother or anything like that. But she's, friend of the family. Wonderful. We just enjoyed her company. She enjoyed ours. When she passed away, there was a lot of dignitary presence at her funeral, and we were like, "Oh wow, what is going on here?" And at the end, we're standing in line with my uncle and my aunt, and we're hanging out in the line, and this guy comes through. He's an old dude, and he's like, just trained on my wife's big old titties, just like he's like shaking people's hands, and just like, and his wife's standing right there, and
he's a lawyer too.
No, even better. He walks off, and my dad's like, "That was Jim Guy Tucker." So the former governor of Arkansas approves Kirby, and I thought it was it's like he was staring at my wife's tits the whole time.
Jim Guy Tucker, holy fuck!
Yeah, it was a couple years ago. I think he's probably still alive, but yeah.
You think?
I think he probably is.
He might be. I think we'd hear about it if he died a little.
I had to look up the blue light rapist the other day. He did die in like 2021 or 2.
Why'd you have to look him up?
Well, I just thought about it. My wife listens to a lot of crime. She listens to a lot of crime podcasts, and then we were listening to something. And I was like, the blue light rapist.
I was just sitting around thinking, whatever happened to that guy?
Whatever happened to that guy? Or my main question was like, did they ever find out who did it?
They
whatever,
did, right?
and they did. And he was
forensics.
He He was bad. I'm gonna try to make this.
He
come
was
up
pretty
a little
bad.
Bit.
Yeah. Well, don't lift on that.
I
Just
don't wanna
lift up at where you're at.
Oh, what?
Like lift up. Don't be afraid. There you go.
Oh, we don't have this kind of fancy stuff at my house.
Magnets, how do they work?
How do magnets? I didn't know.
It's one of those things where you put your hand here and you just lift up and then it'll just stay.
Okay, Joe Rogan. Like,
Okay. No.
Like, what do you
His
say?
has springs in them.
Oh.
So see, that's what these are modeled after. I know this because the meticulousness, because when all that hit, all this stuff was for broadcast studios only. So you can't just go buy that shit. So you have to hunt down. So I would pause on pods and like zoom in and try to see name brands and shit.
well, now they all just link it in the description. Oh, yeah,
Well, one of the
give me
coolest
a-
things I saw was like
you know,
somebody's dad or some girl had a podcast, and her dad or grandpa made her ones, but out of wood, but like this. And I was
Oh, not like 2x4s, like
no, it
Hangman
was
style. Nothing like that.
craftsmanship, like awesome as fuck. And
That is pretty awesome.
I was like, I could do that. I can make shit out of wood. And then literally, like right at that same time, all these like lower name brands. These are only $100. I say only. I mean, that's expensive for a mic stand.
$100 each.
Each.
Yeah, but if you need it, you need it.
Right.
If you need it, you
the
need
other-
it.
Putting the microphones on the desk. And
The other way is to either get a low pro stand where they stand up, like some pods do that, but then they move. You hear like they transfer the noise
Yeah.
through the stand.
remember those stands you used to have that was just like
Well, they would
straight
come.
up?
There's
Kind
the
of like
the
the
streamer
podcast
stands
stuff.
that come up and down, and then so the mic will swing, and they're on those spring-loaded arms or whatever.
Yeah.
But these are like the fancier one of these have like the tension is inside, so there's a spring on the inside. So when they move theirs, one you can do it with like a finger. You don't have to muscle the fucking thing. But theirs is just like do do do, and it just stays perfect.
like-
They're so perfectly balanced. But those are also
It's like playing a theremin.
they're like $800.
Yeah.
For one. So when you see a table covered in those things, it's just like, and then the microphones $500 because they're all using Shure SM7Bs and or S7MBs or whatever it is, and
Whatever.
holy Moses.
Yeah, and those are $400 a piece probably.
Yeah, 400. That's it. $399.
By the time you get it shipped, tax
So
and all.
it's $1,200, $1,300 per thing. No, thank you.
Well, maybe they have superior backing or something like that, or
Well,
maybe
they're
they're
just
making ad
millionaires. I
revenue.
think it's
Yeah, that's what
pretty
it
easy
is.
when you have all the
If you're a
money.
billionaire, it
They
happens.
started with money, so it was a little easy. Just go get the stuff.
Well, Rode is an Australian company. I don't know if you know that.
Who?
Rode?
I didn't know
Rhodes
that.
Australian?
Yeah, it's Australian.
Road.
Did not know that. Road.
They've been big in the
Rode.
camera world for forever.
They probably-
Then they obviously got
Yeah. Well, they've been in the audio world for a long time too. They made these condenser mics that were really, really good, and they were a high end brand. So
Yeah, I have some Rode condenser mics
Right.
that are pretty. I have them. I am in possession of them. They belong to
and
my church. I brought.
whoever on their team decided like let's get into the content space, but like let's make good shit cheap because like feel how heavy that microphone
It's heavy.
is.
It's heavy.
That's real metal. It's
got a lot of magnet to it or something.
And that's
it's like,
the same price as a Shure SM58.
is it a ribbon or is it a
No,
condenser?
it's just a regular
Oh,
cardioid
it's like
microphone.
Oh, okay.
It's got a good pattern because so what they did was they modeled after the 7B, so the diaphragm's down here. So you don't necessarily need these foam things for like extra what, but you can get really loud when something's got distance between you.
You can.
And you can crank up the volume, and for vocals, that's what you need. That's why the 7B is so sought after. So they made a small, compact version, but like super durable. I mean, Rode fucking rules. That's $100 microphone.
Where would we be
That's
without Rode?
baller. A little bit broker
probably
because you
be
have the
fine.
7Bs. I'm guessing. I don't know. Yeah,
I mean, it went off road and it was fun.
we did.
Y'all did?
Yeah,
I wasn't
Kurt and I,
invited?
we were Kurt is my photographer. I don't know if you know that or not.
He's
Norma Jean, official
Might as well,
photographer.
yeah.
Spoonbend, Tombstone Mine. He's got those three. He's got a thread on
Finance
Twitter.
to War.
It says
Shinfo.
yes. He's got a post on Twitter, or X as the young people call it, that says that every band I've ever and it ain't been updated. I'm like, well, every band, huh? Every band. Thanks, Kurt.
It's been quite a while since I updated that.
Thanks,
thread.
Kurt. No, Kurt takes
I made
great
that thread,
photos,
what,
and you know this.
2017?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Somebody said the other day, I love it. I want to change our bio to that. It's the Southern Goodbye of podcasts.
The
Southern goodbye is just like,
You just never shut the fuck
yeah,
up.
it's just you just talk and talk and talk and talk.
Oh
You just
yeah,
never
that makes
say
sense.
goodbye.
I was thinking about the Irish goodbye.
Irish goodbye is where you just leave.
You just like
Yeah, I love that shit.
that's
He was
me
like,
too. I don't do it
he
anymore.
was
But
like, I have to say goodbye to everybody.
I have to say goodbye to everybody.
I basically quit drinking, so I don't do all that too. I just don't do much drinking. Much. I had a couple on vacation, but like overall, I just feel like I drink. If I could drink like 3 beers, I'm just peeing all night. It's weird, and I just quit doing it. Like whatever.
It's like, also, I want to drink more than 3 beers. And now that I can't drink, I'm
But
just
it's
like,
because you want to drink more than 3 beers, or because you want that buzz?
well,
I want
yeah,
to forget
that's what I
my
want.
trouble. I'm trying to medicate myself with.
Oh,
I'm
so
not
you're
trying to
just
do
like-
that. I mean, I don't do that anymore, but because there was a time there where I was really bad off into drinking whiskey every day around COVID,
That's
and
self-medicating, yeah.
yeah, I was drinking it all. I mean, it was like when COVID first hit, and I did go work from home, and there was some times where I was just like drinking my coffee, drinking lunch, just drinking all the time. And
Yep.
my wife's like, I have alcoholism in my family, and my grandmother always warned me about it. Like, it just turns you Reynolds kids or you key boys into trash, so don't do it, and my
That's
granddad
fair.
struggled with it, family has struggled with it in my lifetime, so it's like whatever. And then so that made me want to do it more, because like I'm Superman, because I'm 20 or
Yeah,
18
yeah.
or 16 or whatever, and I'm I'm in good health, like whatever, and I was obese then as well, but like I don't
makes you
know, it's just
feel
like it's
good.
so much money you spend, and you're not really doing any. I mean, I have a couple drinks every once in a while, and like whatever, cool, but like I have to make sure that I don't do that very very much, because I'm like, I don't know, addictive personality, so I'll just pound them. Like, I'll drink a whole bottle of whiskey, and
I get addicted to everything.
yeah,
Everything I do, I'm addicted to it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
very
like
much.
a dopamine. Like,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just sitting here doing this. Am I thirsty? Yeah, a little bit, but like
I just want more. And the feeling. God, the feeling.
the feeling. And when I was younger, I dabbled with PILS a long time ago,
Sure.
and I didn't like who I was, and I didn't really like who I was, but I was just numb to it, so.
Absolutely.
There's a lot on this album about my mental health, and like
I was
my
going to say, did
journal
any of
is
that
like,
come through on here?
oh yeah, absolutely. The first song is "Why Am I?" ? And it's the first lines are, "I'm all right. The city burns, city bright. I finally made it out tonight." And all that is just about, like, there was a show at the Whitewater Tavern. I think it was either Amy Garland or Going Jesse's, and I was going to see them, and I couldn't get in gear to go, because I'm like anxious, and like my anxiety took me over, and like what if, and like you shoulds, and reading people's minds, and all these things that are not reality, but in my mind, because you create, your reality is there's reality, and then there's your interpretation of it, right? So my interpretation was, this person is gonna make fun of me or whatever. I had some real terrible abuse and terrible things that have, like bad friends and things like that. All these things come through on the album, but it's really about not being able to like turn that into like something that would help me, and then like I figured a lot of it out, and then wrote songs about it and kept figuring it out. And there's a lot of that. It's like the whole album is really about finding myself, and finding what it is about me that's good, and all these things. It's not sappy, and you can't really tell unless I told you that, but you just listen to a bunch of rock songs, and then they've got a pretty good songwriter twist to them with that kind of message in them. And
Well, songwriting is therapeutic for sure.
yeah, it is.
Especially when you get to craft the words, you get a lot out.
It's like I think it was Derek Wood from Jesse's told me this, like, just write your lyrics and just write better lyrics. Just go back and erase
Rewrite
and
it, yeah.
just write better lyrics. And that's true. It's true.
Produce yourself. Like, be
Make
honest
it.
with yourself, because sometimes
Yeah.
you're just writing down shit that comes out of your head, and it's more like a free
Well,
flow instead of a.
Do you write on a constant basis? Do you write like every week you're writing a song, or
No. Mine's very matter of factly.
just like you get an idea and you go do it?
Well, so typically, it'll be like a riff. You know, everything starts with the riff.
Yeah, for me too.
Because I'm a riff
most of the
person,
time.
so there's no rhythms that I'm coming up with. But it's like, let me write this down. Like, let me get this riff down, and then I'll take it to practice. And I'll practice that same riff. I try not to go further than that because I like the organic nature of in the room. Sometimes you can't help yourself. Sometimes you're just on a roll, and I'll have to turn the computer on.
I
Let
know.
me get this out of my fucking head real quick. But that's super rare. And most all the time that happens, I never finish it. But, like, do that one thing, and then once I take it to the practice space and you're jamming, and you're just like, okay, now I'm hearing it.
People
how my head
are
hurting, and we're
right.
adding information, taking away. Because especially with Justin, he would be like, or he'll be like, yo, that's dope. What about take it to here next? We do that all the time.
That's fun to team write like that too.
And we're writing a new song right now. Well, the song's written. The lyrics are about halfway done, which I'm trying to. This one is perplexing me. It's got a weird rhythm to it, so it's like, and I'm singing and playing, so it's like I'm not the most talented at that. So it's like I'm trying.
Especially if it's new and it's complex.
Yeah,
You know?
I'm trying to. Well, it's not. The song is easy. It's like 5 notes, but it's the way I'm picking it, which is the confusing part. Like this arm and this brain are linked.
Yeah.
So, but I've taken that one, and I'm about halfway done with it, and this is probably the longest it's taken me to write, as far as like consecutive sit down times, because I keep erasing shit. But usually, I either have the idea in mind already about something, whatever it is, you know.
Just break your eraser off your pencil and just
then
out and just scratch
keep
it out.
Going. Sometimes I do that. I'll just make like,
because
say you have a verse, I'll just keep writing to that verse and then pick like the best 5 lines.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's a good way to do it.
Right, so it's because I'll just keep it on loop in my head, like and I'll get the beat in my head, da 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 da, you know, something like that. And so I'll write words that have like that cadence or those syllables.
Yeah.
And then I'll try that out, and then I'm like, okay, but does it make sense? And then it has to make sense as a whole. So I'll see, like, I have rewrites, and I'll title it like rewritten. And you go to the old one, it's just shit scratched out everywhere. Yeah. So it is like that, but I like it for real things. I don't talk about anything that I'm not like interested in, or something that happened to me, or like something I don't like, or whatever it is. Because Lame Johnny is kind of punk rock, so there's a lot of middle fingers, but very aggressive.
Yeah.
So it's like therapeutic to get it out of my brain.
That's
the thought, because it's even happened to where I wrote a song. And then I kind of lost the lyrics somewhere. I don't know how, but we moved practice spaces, and they're just gone.
Yeah.
And we didn't play it enough because our guitar player our drummer got in an accident, so we didn't play for a long time. So now I remember what it was about. I don't remember the lyrics. What'd you say, accident? Yeah, he almost died. It was just got hit by a truck. It's fine.
What?
He's
fine now. Okay, good.
No.
Oh my gosh.
But like that song, what it was about, I don't remember, and I got it out of me. You know, like I wrote it down, and now I'm not mad about it.
You don't have to worry about it anymore because it's.
Which is kind of weird too, because when you write the song, you have to keep playing the song, so you keep bringing it back up to yourself.
There's that.
You live in it, and it's there forever as long as you play the song.
Right. If it's there, and you can kind of recall it.
So re-triggers that, but now it didn't happen. So I'm like, maybe journaling is good.
It is good.
Maybe they're onto something.
Maybe the millions of people
like you can
their feelings out are doing it for a reason.
You can get it. It's not just for nerdy dorks.
Some people will like, I'm gonna write a song every day, or write a song every week, or something like that. And it's like,
musically, bullshit. I could write a song.
Statistically, most of those are ass.
Yeah.
And
like they can't all be.
Yeah, they're not. No, what I do is Jimbo taught me to write from title, so I come up with a cool title. Write it down, and then you can go back to it later. I write from phrase a lot. Like I come up with a catchy phrase off the top of my head, you know, whatever. I always wanted to kind of be a jingle writer, so I come up with like that.
Ideas like bouncy. I want to write a bouncy riff.
Yeah. That's the second way that I write songs is I have a I can do that. I like y'all's intro music, but I can do that. The other part of that is I have a Les Paul and a Hot Rod Deluxe reverb, something another Fender amp that I took the stock speaker out and put a Celestion the Cannabis Rex, and
Yes,
it's
you
a really
did.
thick.
Hell yeah.
And that's my riff machine. I'll pull that out, and I was like, that's specifically for writing riffs. That guitar, I mean, I'll play it.
That's
I
big
played in
boy
studio,
tone.
and but this is where I'm at. And it's like this. If I'm pulling those items out, I know it's riff time. I'm going to start writing riffs, and if I'm writing lyrics, it could come to me and that kind of. So right now, I'm running around with three songs circling through my head, just parts of them, and I may or may not have them written down anywhere. I don't know. But
Do you ever blow your own mind with how many songs you can fit in your own head?
oh, I don't know if blow my.
Like at one point when in my music career, I had 60 songs I had to just be able to play it.
Oh, you're talking about oh yeah, that's
not
weird to me. It's so crazy that you can be like, oh, whatever.
Like, I've
let's play this in G.
written-
No, let's play it in. Let's take it down off fourth and go this way, and you can do it. And like, okay, I can do that. No big deal.
But the fact that I know it and it's just in there and I can just grab it anytime I want to.
It's weird. It's
I've
so
always,
weird.
Yeah, the human thought, the brain, like
Especially for me, for lyrics.
never ending.
Like, where do the lyrics come from in your brain? Like, how did I just sing that out loud as a bunch of it?
Oh, dude, sometimes, I'm almost of the thing where it's like we're just kind of antennas, like it's all kind of out there, and you're just grabbing it out of thin air. Like actually,
actually,
like
I
I'm
believe
just
that.
in tune to. It's like how can one band, but you like the same style, so you end up hearing like the same riff. Like I've written riffs that another band that I like, and it's like then they come out with something. It's like that's the same riff. That's crazy. How the hell? Does that happen?
Absolutely. There's been times where I'll have these lyrics in mind, and then an album will come out, and they'll have something very similar. And it's like, how did what? It's like, how did that happen?
I think it happens to comedians a lot too. They always
I've heard. Yeah.
So there's parallel thinking is what they call it. But
Well,
man, that's
we're in
wild.
tune to something different. I mean, we can.
But everybody's tuned into different shit. Is what I'm saying. Like
It's true.
if you like this set of bands, you're more apt to write like that set of bands.
Maybe,
and
yeah.
You're all kind of in that same.
But that may be subconscious, but I don't think it's on the same subconscious level of what I'm thinking about. Like we all think that we're just I'm my person. This is me, and this is the most important thing. Or like if you have a family,
true.
this is,
Yeah.
but there's something way bigger, and it's way
Yourself.
better than yourself. There's two. I think. Now, don't take this. Don't boil it all the way down to this, but I think there's basically two types of thinking. It's like I want to love other people, and then that makes me love myself better, and that's the kind of person I am. And there's people who are like, I'm gonna just love myself no matter what, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but it's like now you're leaving out the second part of that. And for me, like I tried to love myself for just myself and doing my own thing and my way of life and coming up with my own answers and doing everything my way. And I was still so unhappy. Well, then when I turned that around,
yeah, I like teamwork better.
Teamwork. And and I don't I hate the word synergy because people use that in tech.
It's what it is
in
though.
business all
We're
the time.
synergizing.
But it's synergetic. It really is. It's synergetic.
They just corporated the word is all they did. They bastardized. Yeah.
Yeah, they just took
corporated it. Corporated.
Made it a buzzword.
It's buzzy. It's a little too buzzy, but it is
So
what
much
it is.
so much buzzy stuff out there.
Everything now.
It's
Internet. It's a buzzword.
It's a buzzword. It's just about getting those clicks, and it's not necessarily about telling the truth either. There's so much, and I don't even want to talk about politics. I'm talking about like if you just look at a celebrity, like, they did this or
I
they
just
did
hate
that.
now how articles are like you click on the thing because you think that's what you're after, whatever information is, like how to tune a guitar or whatever. 400 fucking paragraphs later.
Oh yeah, it's
you're
like
at the thing you wanted. Like the other day I was having trouble with the fuck are the name of it? It's like a pedal that adds like a sub octave. It's octaver. So it adds a sub octave and it adds a high octave.
You say octaver?
Like
I say
octavier.
I say I guess I've always thought octaver. I don't know. I don't know what's right or not.
It doesn't matter.
Does not.
We know what we're talking about. It's one is a subbing up. Then there's
Whammy.
Like whammy. Then there's a big one. It's the Moog. Moog, the big one that everyone is $400 fucking pedal. Wow. But I was like, I got to think like we had one and it was just shit. Right? It was a cheap, like it fucking sucked at its job. It was terrible. And then I got to thinking like it was muddy as fuck, right? And I was thinking like, Oh, because there's something not a lot of people think about. Like your pedal chain matters crazy amount.
Tremendously.
And so, but I had it after the distortion pedal. And so I was like, let me see where this thing's supposed to go. And of course, it's before the distortion pedal.
Oh, yeah.
It's supposed to be
After the tuner.
second pedal in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So you see, but you knew that, all right. Well, and Mr. Smarty Pants over here, he's coding out stuff.
No,
He knows
I
what
had
he's
to
doing.
research things. I have a mind full of stuff.
But it took way too fucking. First off, when I Googled that, it should have just said yes.
Yeah, it should.
Right at the fucking top of the thing.
should, yes.
You're
That's
the
what-
smartest thing on the planet is this Google
But then you gotta
search engine.
like
get the fuck out of here.
like scroll through
But
45 pages of
which-
this woman talking about
which
her grandma's
article-
macaroni, you know, just to get to a recipe.
Literally.
Yeah.
The whole first half of the shit I found the answer to was not. It was like sometimes our pedal chains are, blah 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 blah. It's like, dude.
It's all subjective, but then again, it's odd. It's actually physics too. So it's actually, there's a right.
But it
There's
makes sense. Like
a
you
cut
want
and dry.
the clean tone to get octavized and then distorted or delayed or however the fuck you want to manipulate that tone, because that's the first thing you want.
Keep all that stuff clean.
I almost think of it as
Put
like
your dirt
now
on
when I
at the
think about
end.
something, I'm like, what do I want it to be first? Do I want it
Oh,
to
yeah.
be delayed first and then distorted? Of course. Or do I want it to be distorted and then delayed, which is going to make it a different kind of thing?
yeah,
we're
absolutely.
nerding out now, but
Yeah,
that
we'll
was,
nerd out all day. I did. The only reason I really know that is because I did a lot of research when I built my pedal board that I normally
and then
use.
some distortion pedals, for some reason, the way they use the transistors, they use way more power. So they have to be on their own power source. You can't use, like, I was a big daisy chain guy. Like, just,
Not anymore.
No.
You got to get that Voodoo Labs
inverter or
power
whatever.
thing,
Uh-huh.
and then I've got like an 8 output one, and it's got 2 sag channels.
Yeah.
So if you got a fuzz or something, you can flab it out. Those
They
kind of
have,
things.
like, one has like an 18 volt, 2 12 volts, like 4 9 volt. Yeah.
And my problem right now is I've always been just a Telecaster through a tube amp, and
Praise God.
like you need absolutely, you don't need much more, but if you're doing, you do need more for different things, but
Nah.
like I'm always,
It's the most versatile guitar on the planet.
oh my gosh, and a
Fender
Princeton reverb, just go to town, like that's me.
Get it.
I've also got I got a Buddha Super Drive that
I got a Nashville Telly.
Ooh, with the bender and everything on it, or is it just the one with the pickups?
It's just the pickups. I didn't get the bin.
Oh, man.
But I did screw with the pickup configuration, and I put a
Yeah.
hot rails in the middle of it.
Love that.
Low tone, but like low humbucker tone, but in the middle of a guitar. So on either side of it,
You got
I
these,
can get those.
and I
other
bet those
two with the
actually
lipstick built
yeah.
in, like for like indie solo
Is the
stuff.
lipstick in the neck position or the bridge?
in the neck?
Yeah,
and then
it's got the flat pole in the back.
Yeah, the back one.
Yeah, like a regular telly pickup.
Just a regular telly pickup.
a lot
single
of people
coil.
will use it and I'm not saying you can't bastardize a telly because I think that's cool.
Some people get very offended.
Well, the only thing I get offended about is people with 2 humbuckers and then it's got the switch up here. Like the custom telly.
I have a custom telly as well.
I
It's
used to have
their-
one too, but it's
their
like
telly.
it's
I
a
didn't
Les
do it to
Paul.
it.
It's a Les Paul to me. Like whatever. And I got the top and it's not heavy.
Mine is the HH,
It's a Les Paul.
the neck through, the first one they made,
Oh yeah.
and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like so everything's down here at the bottom, but I put Fishmans with coil taps in them.
Oh yeah.
So I have like
Sick.
36 different voices just in the pickups, like just with all the crazy shit. That guitar is my absolute favorite, and it is. It plays like an absolute dream.
I go between guitars a lot. Right now I got an ES335, stock, whatever.
Yeah.
And I've been loving it lately. And
I did just get a 7-string that I'm in love with.
I got a 5-string bass a little while back, and then Music Theory kind of took a little
Yeah, you add
extra
another
7-string.
string,
That's
yeah.
I've always wanted to get my hands on a
And
7-string
check
guitar.
it out. We live pretty close to each other.
Ooh,
And I
that's
have
right.
a wicked nasty bass tone on my amp setup on my computer.
Ooh,
Because I don't have a place for like a big amp at my house because my back 2 rooms are pretty small. So I do everything through
Well, you come over and I got I've converted my garage into my jam room and office and also a studio and workshop and everything. It's not huge or anything, but it gets the job done and we can get loud. So come on out.
We about to jam, son.
We're about to jam, and I like to write heavier stuff and then put a songwriter twist to it, so you could rub off on me a little bit too.
Heavy is that's all I do. I play in a band that's not heavy, but it's not me. I'm just doing drumming in that. I'm not writing the songs.
Which band is that?
Crows.
Oh, I heard y'all.
We've only played 2 shows. We've been around for 2 years, and then we had this wild idea to like record, and then just things kept happening that were terrible.
Yeah.
So like we just kept getting postponed, and now we have like the demos are at the engineer's house waiting to get like gone through, so he can tell us like do this different. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Because we're doing it internet style. So
Yeah.
he lives up in the Ozarks.
Who is it?
Nathan Close. He does like all the
so bad with
all
names.
of Gold for Gold stuff. He did the My Hands to War record.
Oh yeah. Okay.
He does he does a shitload of everyone. Did he do Tiny Towns? I don't know if he did. No, he didn't do Tiny Towns.
I told him to go with him, and then he went someone else.
I mean, still a great record.
Hmm.
Whoever
I wish
did.
they would have gone with him, though.
Yeah, me too. I love Nathan. He's the best. He's up
I,
there.
you know, like
He's up there.
I was kind of hit, like you were saying earlier, like I've been around, but like I've been kind of hiding in the background, you know, and trying to, you know, do it with anxiety, and that didn't work out. So now that I'm like out of that kind of phase, you know, not saying I don't struggle with it sometimes, but
Sure.
now I'm trying to meet more and more people, and actually like, hey, I've been following you on Facebook for so many years, and I'm just shy, you know, or dumb or whatever it might be, or embarrassed about what you might think of me or whatever, you know.
Isn't that just what shy is, though? Like, shy is just embarrassment, right?
Yeah, I could see that. I could agree with that.
Kind of, you just like, I don't want to obscure in any way.
Yeah,
You know, like,
yeah, I gotta start meeting more people.
yeah.
And here's another thing is I came from the previous music scene or small microcosm of a music scene, whatever you want to call it, was very cliquish, and of course I sucked then too. Like I would go and do these jams, and you know, some people were very rude, and it was, you know, like okay, this is not, you know, like you guys are all amateurs. We're all amateurs here. There's no reason for anybody to have.
There's no ego here.
You know, and
You
then
need to drop that.
and then Little Rock. It's been I'm just watching, especially you guys at the heavier scene. Everybody's like, "Come out and see my friends! But come on, we're gonna." And everybody supports, and it's like, you know, like what do you like? Wow, that's cool to me. Of course, you know, like I don't. With a 5-year-old, it's hard to get out to a lot of shows that I would love to see. And
But,
also,
you know,
if I'm gonna go see a show, I'm probably gonna go see
now
somebody
and then.
less than a you know, no, absolutely, every now and then I go see a band, but it's like somebody at Whitewater, you know, instead of like going to it's all these metal shows that, you know, and I probably should get out and support my friends like my brother in Austin, all these guys that I've known for a long time, and go see their shows and wear earplugs and just get over it, you know.
This is support too, though. Like just talking about it, or even just
yeah.
a share on Facebook. Like you don't have to
social
go to
media.
shows. You do.
Man.
Like people need to go to shows. You know, none of this works without people.
Yeah,
showing up,
come
so.
to the Whitewater Tavern and buy the tickets, please. We got to sell them. I got an expensive band, man.
This Friday.
This Friday, June 28th, at I think Jesse's will kick off at 8, and like I said, tickets are available online, and there's a few left.
Get there
I'm sure.
at 7:30. Get a beer in your body.
I mean, for $10, when are you going to see one of the best Little Rock bands? When are you going to see a debut of a band? I mean, honestly, I'm not trying to be like pretentious or anything, but like I feel like this project is going to take. I feel like
Good.
that this is gonna. I'm just gonna keep working it. It's just gonna be. It's not like, oh, guys, this is so good that it's. And just, no, I'm just gonna pester everybody about it
It's
until
okay to believe in yourself and not be egotistical about it at the same time. You know?
No, absolutely. You know, that's.
I think it's
Just be a good person. You know, like feed your band or like
feed everybody.
Feed everybody. Go and take a bunch of waters to something. Like, just be a good person. You know, like it's hot outside. Everybody chill a little bit.
It is fucking hot.
It's so hot.
It was like 98 degrees.
Well, it was
today.
hotter at
We're
the
about to
beach, but
crack 100.
Oh my gosh, it was
Were
hot.
you in Florida?
We were down in Gulf Shores.
Oh, Gulf Shores.
Yeah, it was hot down there, but it was breezy, you know, so it wasn't too bad.
We don't get the breeze, man. We get the humidity. We get all the humidity.
Are these mine too?
Absolutely. And I got like 17 more down here.
Yeah, I like them hot.
I got Dr. Peppers. I mean, I got some cold ones, brother.
Well, I got this one open now. We'll get a cold one on the nextie.
Whoopsie.
Whoopsie. I'll drink it first, and I'll drink the hot one. How
There you
about
go.
No one's gonna push your band harder than you will.
Here. I'll drink that one.
that? Oh, you don't have to do that. Are we supposed to like
I prefer
start the podcast over again?
Yeah. You know what? Let's just restart. Let's have a 7 o'clock out.
Oh, my pedal board. Like, okay, so I've been carrying. I'm like in Tombstone Mine, I was the only guitar player because like I can't afford other guitar players. Now I've got nerve damage in my neck and
Why?
I have an extra vertebrae in my back actually.
What?
And I eat too much crappy stuff, and I got a tick bite several years ago when my son was like
Did you get
4.
spotted fever?
I got Rocky Mountain spotted tick fever. I did.
Whoa.
And it almost killed me. My spleen was huge. I had all these blood clots, and I couldn't
You still
even
got 'em?
breathe. Well, I don't know.
You
I
don't
don't know. I mean, my blood work's been fine for the last few times I've done all
okay.
these things, but man, that's when I was like, okay, I got to get healthy. I got to get all this weight off of
That's
me and try to
crazy.
do all these things. And man, it was
Were you bigger?
horrible. Oh yeah, I was
Yeah?
I don't know what I was about 260 then. I was up to like 280 at one point before my son was born. Even like maybe even before I met Kirby and we got married. But
Yeah.
I was pretty heavy and like just bad out of shape. Anyway, last year I did a little Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I really wanted to do that, and I still do, but my doctor's like, quit. You have to stop now. You have a nerve in your neck that's pinched. And
Is that what it's from?
No, I mean, like I played football, and in any time after that tick bite, it's like arthritis is horrible for me. Like if I eat a bunch of sugar, like I'm gonna be swole up. Yesterday on the way
That's
home, like
everybody, man.
I'm driving but it's like worse.
More?
I mean, to the point where I can't like move my neck. Like yesterday on the
Holy
way
shit.
home, I was trying to stretch my neck out, and that's about as much as I could do. For about a year and a half, there was something so messed up on this side I couldn't even like a baseball throw, on the left side.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of got that fixed, and then it just switched to this side. So then like another 2 years I couldn't even do this, and this is recent that I'm able to get it back here and still got
From
a little
a
pain.
tick bite.
That and extra vertebrae adds a little bit of
That's weird too. How the hell do you get an extra one? That's
it's
crazy.
genetic. It's weird. My grandmother told me she had it, and I met some other people that were distantly kin to my grandmother, and I knew it because of their last names and some of the family trees we talked about. And a couple of those guys had them too. My uncle had one. He had
Never
had a
heard
whole
of such
vertebrae
thing.
removed for.
Oh, I've never heard of such a thing.
I know, isn't that
Extra
crazy?
vertebrates.
And it's kind of like in my lower back, so you wouldn't think it affects my neck, but it's like your whole spinal
Dude,
column
your
is
spinal
like,
cord affects
woo.
everything, man.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
that
it's.
thing-
I heard you talking about your back pain on
Oh, dude.
another episode you were doing, and I was gonna say I got a good chiropractor you can go to that will fix
I've
you up,
thought
bro.
about that a couple
No,
times.
don't
but
even think about it. Just go do it.
I still kind of like I don't believe in it a little bit. 'Cause
Well,
I've
you
never
don't have to
done it.
believe in it, but that doesn't make it, less true. No, I really do. I know he's really improved my
Really?
mobility and pain and all those things.
They
Yeah,
paralyze me. I have to kill him.
yeah, that's true. You might get
I
paralyzed.
can't.
No,
I can't be
this dude is
paralyzed.
good. He's
That's
like
what I'm afraid
really
of. Because
good.
it's lower back, so I'm always like, well, I'm going to go in there and they're going to snap my spine, and then I'm not going to be able to walk. And
No, they couldn't do that. They'd have to hit you with a truck to do that.
hell no.
Because you're on a-
survive. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, they put you on a table. And
Speaking of getting hit by a truck, did y'all see the guy that got his head torn off?
Oh yeah.
Did you see that?
And it's like zoom in on it, and there's his head,
They
but they
zoom in
blurred
on
it
the
out.
head.
But it was all blurred out
Kurt,
when I
did you
saw
see
it.
the head thing? Yo, did you follow up on that story? Every time
No,
I
other than
see
he was like
something-
a kingpin or something.
He was a mafia kingpin. Yo,
It was like, did it happen on purpose?
karma is a
or-
real bitch. Well, I want to
is.
know. So, something came along, and like that dude, no telling what that guy's responsible for, And he's a New York City fucking kingpin mafia guy. Gets his head ripped off by a city truck, which
City truck.
garbage trucks, all those kind of things. This is the kind of shit they were in charge of.
Yeah, it could
The
definitely
full
be a
circleness
little
of that man's death is wild. Plus, I'm kind of thinking that poor driver, right? But then I'm like, if karma's a bitch, what's
happened to
he
him?
doing? What is he
Well,
up
I
to?
think karma. I do believe that karma has
'Cause
a place
he
in it,
definitely
but
has a jail time coming. Vehicular manslaughter is still a real thing.
maybe
And he
like
ran that dude over
oh,
straight up.
Oh yeah, you think it was like that? I didn't.
No, he didn't see him. That truck was massive. Did you see the truck? It
was like it was like a
crazy
deuce and a
huge
half
truck.
or
It was
something.
like
It's
a
huge.
350 Ford or whatever. Those Ford 350.
No, it was bigger than that because it had a big boom on it.
And
It was
he
at
had
least
the-
a 1 ton,
and he had
maybe a
that-
ton and a half.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
big
That's
truck.
right, yeah. And then he had that low bumper, that commercial bumper. That's what took the head off. Was the bumper?
He just kind of
'Cause-
kept going over it. So you
Well,
think he's going to prison then, huh?
I
Because
think
of
you
that?
probably have to, right? I mean, it was an accident, but you still killed somebody. And he's not like,
He better
doesn't
get
have
a
money.
lawyer.
That's kind of the thing.
Ooh, yeah, that's not good.
Oh, but it was a state, though. He was a state guy.
He was a state employee.
Maybe he'll get off on that.
Maybe they'll defend him. Probably not.
Probably not.
No, you got to get a good
man,
lawyer.
He took his head off. It's so fucking wild. You know what's crazy? I think they say the head lives for a little bit, too. So, like...
He's just like, watch.
He, like, sort of saw that.
Yeah, I heard that, too. That's kind of... I can't open this other eye, but I can
it's like
still
a few
see.
seconds. You're like, what's underneath of that car? And then everything just kind of slowly goes black.
Your blood drain out, your oxygen deplete because there's nothing pumping there.
Right. Headless shenanigans.
What were we talking about before that? Oh, my pedal board. Anyway, I'm just
yeah.
I have like a chorus pedal on there, and I'm like, anyway, I think for this show, I'm just doing. I've got a transparent overdrive, one of those crayons that that Electro Harmonics renamed after, all that Ryan Adams stuff. So it's like a really cool transparent overdrive that it's got 4 knobs on it, so you can dial it in however you want.
Absolutely.
And just run that in the amp and just tune her and go with it. And just tape them to the floor. And
hell yeah.
That'll be fun.
I've been re-going through my pedal board now that we're back in action. Because we had like a set of songs we use different stuff for, and then we don't have those songs, so it's like...
Oh, yeah, and it's good. It's like cleaning out your closet.
Kind of is.
Reorganizing things.
I saw this, like, maybe next couple practices, go get some new Velcro, just like redo everything. Spray
What kind
paint
of Velcro do you buy?
So I found out by accident the most ballinest ass way to Velcro your pedals down. And it takes every fucking thing I have to pull one off.
I know what you're going to say.
Hold on. I found this by accident.
Okay.
So they make
Maybe I
that
don't know.
gray plastic Velcro, where the hoops are plastic too, not vinyl.
Oh, yeah.
And so the hook, so it's hook and loop. The soft part's the loop, the pokey part's the hook. Velcro knowledge here.
Physics. Some more physics.
So the loop, not the loop part, the Velcro, the fucking one. I'm doing it, but I have both the plastic one and the nylon one, and I'm trying to see
Oh, wow.
So on the floor, 2 pieces collided. The nylon hoop and the hook of the plastic one, they hit, and I stepped on the floor, right? And I didn't notice it for a minute, and then I was like, oh shit, I need those. I picked the 2 pieces up, and I went to try to pull them apart.
Oh, and they would not come.
I couldn't get them apart.
Yes.
At all. And so I finally I was pulling with all of my might, and I was like,
You're going to tear the backs of your pedals off.
I was like, oh my God, this is like some sort of fucking eureka moment. Like, this must be how they cure diseases. And I was like, I got it, and I was like, well, then I took everything back off and recut new shit. And just so on the back of the pedal, I put the plastic, you can get it at Lowe's. It's like gray. It's in a box. It comes with 6 pre-cut little rectangles.
I haven't seen that stuff.
And I take the hook side off of that because the hoop stuff on that is shit. It just kind of presses in and just kind of barely holds on.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a soft hold.
Out.
And take the hook side of that, and then the old school, trusty, regular ass stuff, and then you mash those 2 things together, peel off the backs, one, put it on the pedal board. Stuck.
Mine is not nearly as cool as that. Mine is just I go to the toolbox section and get the kind that's got it's a roll of it, and it's a box, and it's got these rakes and stuff hanging on the wall.
Yep.
That's what I use. But I'm talking about pedals like I know what I'm talking about. I'm not like I said, I'm not a real big pedal guy, so
well, I stomp. That's my biggest issue. So I would stomp and
pedal
they roll off, or and
I'm kind of more of a
tapping. If you're tapping, you're good. But I am a giant gorilla man.
Well, and here's the things, I've switched things out, and I hate dealing with Velcro, so I'll just zip tie them to the board too. Just cross zip tie.
Well, I mean, now I don't know how much of a nerd you are, but do you deep dive into different types of pedal boards? Because now they have them where you can take, and they have systems where you put the bottom of the pedal goes, and they're boom, and it has a spot, and it's made for this spot, period. If you rock all Boss pedals, even Boss makes one that
there's a plastic thing. I had one of those.
Yeah.
I think I sold it. If I don't, I have it for sale if you want it.
$300.
Oh my gosh, no. I bought it when I was and it's just blow mold plastic as well.
It's just blow mold plastic.
No.
But there's
got a power supply in it.
There are ones that are so wild, and they have adapters you put on the pedal so they fit exactly in place, and you can pick them up, move them around.
I ain't trying to get in all that. No, a little cool little L channel at the bottom would be cool, but like I said, my board's too big. Really, I got that 8 spot or whatever it is, and then I've got like 4, 6 pedals on it. Maybe.
Want a pro tip for that one?
Yeah.
Mount the power underneath.
That's where it's supposed to be mounted, but I had so much room, I just threw it on top for some reason. I don't know why.
Nah.
I got my. I'm.
My pour. You want to know what the pour version of that is?
Yes, I do.
A
Piece of
surge
plywood.
protector that I mounted on the big side of the front, and then I
with a
run a
bunch of
power
warm.
supply for each pedal.
Yeah, you can do that, but that's. How many pedals you got? That's $20 a piece for a 1 spot. So
Not if you have a bucket of old shit.
it's true.
That's how I get by.
That's
I have
true.
like 3 1 spots on there, and the other ones
Mine
are.
keep disappearing. I don't know.
Probably clean out that bucket.
Why? That bucket comes in handy.
It's full of shit.
It's
Gotta
from the
get it out of
village,
there.
dude. I mean, it's literally shit from the 70s.
Nice.
It still works. Why would I throw it away?
It was a joke.
I'm a big Kurt. Gosh,
I never
Just
know if he. I never know.
he's always kidding.
It is.
I texted him. I said, "Hey, I'm on my way over. What's the address?" He said, "I already
For
gave
what?
it to you. You just can't read." I'm like, "Shut up."
Did you scroll up and find it?
Nope.
He'll say.
Did you? Oh,
He'll
okay.
say.
I got a new
For
phone.
what? And you're like, what do you mean for what? The podcast is today. And he's
I got
like,
an iPhone a couple months ago. So I was an aircraft mechanic for a while. I got like a license and that stuff. I don't do it anymore because of my hands. But I'm
He's a
really
aircraft mechanic. He's a,
I'm doing so much stuff you don't even know.
he's a CIA operative.
I
He
don't do
fucking
nothing
does
like that.
fucking-
I don't f with
He
them.
aced math.
I just the only reason I bring that up is because I am so anal about routing cords and everything's zip tied down, and
Hell yeah.
it's very
Same.
It's very running, and if I've got something that's running in parallel with something else that's interfering with it, I switch it. I'm just like I'm nerdy.
I
about
get
that
weird
kind of
when the
stuff.
power cables touch, because I'm like, or like when one runs over a coil of wires. I don't want it to
Yeah.
like transfer and make buzzing noises and stuff.
And it will. It's
It
physics.
will. It will. But that's kind of an old school issue.
Yeah.
They've done a lot in the way of shielding these days.
Yeah, and you can do more shielding yourself if you really just love it. But
Absolutely.
like if it's coax, you got a different thing. But this is just like piddly little 5-volt, nothing to it.
Nothing really flowing through that's going to jump out through 2 shielded cables and screw with the tone.
Did you know that in an electronic circuit, you can run AC and DC on the same like wire? Like say in a wire, you can run AC and DC on the same wire.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then you can also take a filter cap and cap out the AC, the alternating current, and keep the DC in the line, or vice versa. I don't remember.
Clean energy.
This is all
Interesting.
ant building stuff here.
You make your own power supply?
No,
Oh.
just
Kurt has no
watch a
fucking-
lot of YouTube
Huh?
videos.
Kurt
Is
has
that like plugging a extension cable back into itself?
it's
free energy.
Power. Free energy.
It's free real estate.
Free energy.
No,
rivers. How do they work?
It's
The Beavers have it all figured out, okay?
they do. They actually do. And there's
really
an I was watching something, and I can't remember what it's called or whatever, but the guy was talking about, okay, so you look at a bumblebee or some kind of bug, and you think, or the better one was a beetle. It was like a beetle with these I guess little beetle shell opens up, and how do his wings fly? Because he's not like he doesn't have any. It's because the wings beat in a way that makes these like tornado, like cyclones, and that's how stuff flies. And then there's all this energy technology that's been buried up and all these things. I don't know how much all that's true.
Let's get down the rabbit hole.
But I can get very deep with that. It's not.
Beatles, Egypt.
Oh man.
Beetle hole.
Yeah. So
Dude, are you ready for Beetlejuice
what?
2?
What?
Oh, all original cast, sir.
What?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
filmed. It's coming out.
Okay, if you ask me, of course, not Beetlejuice or like something that great.
I don't
but
know how. I don't even know how old you are, so I don't know if that's.
I'm
like,
37. I was
so
born in
yeah,
86.
that's right in your age.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
so,
our shit.
But I've never been so ADHD my whole life and not diagnosed until I was an adult. Like,
I was.
I never
diagnosed.
watched movies. I was not diagnosed. My
Really?
grandmother was. It's really funny because my grandmother she's she's like probably the first person in my family to have a master's degree, and it was in education, but also like she was very specialized in. She was very specialized in not like remedial, like teaching remedial students. So she was like, she knew all these things, and I guess maybe she just had too much pride to be like, nope, he don't have that. And back when we were kids, it was like, it's just like, oh, you're just giving these kids crack for no reason. That's all made up and whatever. And mental health was not something people talked about ever. No. And just suck it up, like go on with it. And like I don't know if my grandmother was just like, I'm not.
You're scared when a bear eats you, and you're like, when's that gonna happen? They say crazy shit. My favorite thing is I went to the doctor because of my heart thing or whatever, and they were doing like the exam on me, and she was like, "Do you have ADD or whatever?" And I was like, "Oh," and like as I'm answering it, she's like pulling out a light, and she's trying to get to my ear, right? And I'm just like, "What are you?
Stop!
What are you doing?" And she goes, "Stop!" She goes, "Yeah, you definitely have it. Give me your ear."
Be still. I can't. How did you not see the signs?
Bitch, I'm scared. You just told me my heart's fucked up.
Yeah, I'm freaking out over here, man. Give me some space.
It was a little intense. It's kind of scary.
What kind of heart problem you got?
Oh, baby, the too much caffeine fucked my shit up heart.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So is it like damage to the muscle tissue in there, or the valves,
We
or
still
what is
haven't
it?
got that far.
Okay.
It's a long process, but probably. I have to take medicine.
I have, and it may kill me and it may not, but I have a what's it called, Wolf Parkinson White.
Tuesday morning I have a doctor's appointment, actually. The morning this comes out. Oh, that's a bummer.
Shit. Don't bring it down right now. It's still Sunday.
I gotta do a thing. I gotta do the thing and release. Oh fuck.
Blood. They're gonna draw all your blood out and stuff again, like 7 vials of it.
Probably. Yeah, they do too. They do a not too invasive process, so they know how to like. They were actually telling me about it. They reuse. They know how to use like smaller amounts or whatever. Mm-hmm. They use it. It's a pretty sophisticated spot.
I like to know that instead of, okay, I'm gonna feel bad after you take a pint of my blood.
Yeah.
I have
work after that.
Oh my gosh.
I go Lake Tile. It's probably gonna be a weird day.
Yeah, you need to take a little snack of some sort for sure.
So if you're listening to this and it's Tuesday, I'm probably nauseous somewhere in a hole,
in a bathroom somewhere. So I have a condition. So if I ever pass out on stage or something like that and have a heart attack, guys, don't use the little paddles on me. I can't have any like electricity.
Whoa.
Because I have it's called Wolf Parkinson White, and it's basically a bridged electrical something in there. So my heart beats normally regularly, but then it'll kind of like get out of sync or like throw a different beat instead of like I don't know how to explain it, but it's like it makes my heart arrhythmic, and if I get electrocuted, it could. I never even knew I had it until I had a terrible panic attack when I was getting divorced, and thought I was having a heart attack and was in the emergency room, but
shit.
And then they were like, no, I think you're going to be fine, but we're going to send you to a cardiologist. And I did a stress test, and he's like, yeah, I mean, you could be healthier, and you need to get healthy, and you need to do all these things, but you need to watch out for this. Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to watch out for this electrical thing in your heart.
Mine was like, you drink too much. And I was like, I don't drink that much. And then I started counting, and I was like, fuck, I drink too much.
Drink too much, yeah.
Yeah, she's actually pretty fucking cool. She's a good doctor. I like her.
That's good. That's the one that smacked you in the head, or was that her nurse?
Yeah. Well, she does. I told her, I was like, I don't no bullshit. No, don't sugarcoat nothing. Be real. You want to swear. Like, just fucking be legit.
Just tell me.
Yeah.
Just be truthful.
She was. That's cool. I was like, hell yeah. I like you.
Yeah, and I really don't think everything is a conspiracy, but I do know that the medical fields are set up to make money and not necessarily do all the best stuff sometimes.
Now, she's awesome, dude. Like,
but when you find somebody,
like, she wouldn't even raise my medicine when I asked her for the thyroid thing. She's like, no, we're gonna wait. She's like, you've been doing pretty good. You're losing weight. We're gonna see how that affects it first. And I was like,
how much have you lost?
Like 60 pounds.
That's impressive.
I'm flat-toed though, so I'm being a bad boy. I need to.
Yeah, that's kind of how it comes for me too. I'll lose a bunch and then gain a little bit back, and then lose a bunch and then gain it back.
Well, because you
a
feel
little
good.
bit back.
You're just like, I'm positive, so that makes me want to fucking like. Like today at lunch, Kurt goes, "You're not supposed to have pizza." I was like, "It's the weekend.
It's Saturday. It's Sunday.
It's like the weekend, dude. It's the Lord's day. We can have
pizza. Pizza. Let's do it." I get so sick from pizza anymore. I just don't even do it. You know?
I mean, I work at a pizza joint. It's so hard not to fucking eat pizza every day, dude.
I bet. And I don't. Man, I haven't had that pizza in a few years, pre-COVID for sure.
Country show, huh?
And yeah, I
Seems
used to
like
be.
You know a lot of country people. I need to talk to you after this.
Okay, yeah, let's talk. Let's talk about whatever you want to. Talk about country. I'm, you know,
I
Spoonbend
really like
is.
country, and it's very appealing to me that I like. It's like it stinks for me that I didn't know this because like I should probably be in tune more with like everything. I think, especially with this podcast.
How could you be? Oh,
That's fair, and heavy's always been my genre, but I do want to be more in tune with all this stuff
yeah.
because it's just like
I know some country folks. I don't necessarily.
it's more outlets, it's more people you know. It's
Right. No, absolutely, and that's like what I was saying earlier. Like I need to learn some more people.
cross pollinate. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
cross-pollinate
absolutely.
The senses.
And I, you know, like this has got a southern rock twist to it, you know, and it's a little bit. I mean, I lean on my country because I grew up listening to country music and then gospel music. That's all we listen to. You know, they take me to church and they were doing the
Vince Gill, Garth Brooks and Dunn, that
yeah,
era.
yeah.
Me too.
I was heavily, you know,
Reba.
that's what and I think that we were riding. It was like the first time I remember, like, okay, this is different and it's rock, and I love it.
Jackson, riffs for days.
Yeah, all that's. Oh, I love all that guitar, and you know.
Hoochie coochie, baby.
Oh my gosh, it's so. I love that.
Just the riff to that song is insane.
Yeah.
Now put that in a southern metal band, and that is one of the dopest riffs you've ever heard in your life.
So, Path of Destruction is it's got a little quacky country kind of chicken picking intro, you know, and it's not like I'm not a ripping guitar player, and I tried to be and just can't. Like I probably could if I just devoted a lot of time to running and doing it, but my hands go numb and all that stupid stuff. So it's like I just focus on what I know I can definitely do and keep going and learn about music theory and learn about how to produce and how to record and just be able to help people. Right, because I mean, like anybody, like if I can help you as a guitar player, cool, like whatever. You can find 100. I could reach in my phone and get so many more. Give you a guitar player that's going to be what you need, you know, and not necessarily me having to fight all this stuff. But if I'm somebody who has more skills in playing guitar, like, you know, okay, play mandolin and bass, but also like Mandolin's if I can help, well, I love playing mandolin. I just can't right now. If I can help somebody produce something or record something, even if it's just demos or a little live, you know, those things. That's the skills that I'm kind of getting into now. If I can help,
because your nerve thing you can't play.
Oh yeah, so it does affect me, and
Does it?
I got Jimbo playing guitar, but I've also got my brother-in-law's brother, Mitchell Lowe. He's played with DeFrance. He plays with Christine DeMio in Hot Springs. He plays with several
names. I don't know that I've ever met any of them.
So if you know the band DeFrance, Drew DeFrance is. So Drew and I cut our teeth together. We had a band called 10 Years Gone back in Camden, and we were doing like
Camden,
Arkansas. That's where I'm from. Yeah, Michael Burke's territory down there, and we would. We were doing like stuff that you hear about, like a B.B. King kind of thing. Like, we would play these bars that, like, a place called Tebow's, and it's like the nastiest, sweatiest Camden nightclub. You know, like it's dangerous, dance hall, dance floor, wild. And we were like 16 and 15-year-olds, 14-year-old. Drew is younger than all of us, playing these bars that we like our friends couldn't get into, and like at Tebow's especially, they were like, you're not allowed to be in here, y'all play and then they would like shuffle us off stage and shuffle us right back on stage for the next set and shuffle us out the back door. Damn. It was like it's so cool, man, to think about it, like all that, like that I did all that stuff as a kid, you know. It's weird.
It's pretty wild for a 13-year-old. It
was a different era back then, but it
really was.
It was also, you know,
I'm surprised they carted you away back then, to be honest.
Yeah, you know.
Get out of here.
There was one time we were playing at a place called The Mast in El Dorado, and I think this was the last time we played there. Maybe the last time or maybe the time before last time. But anyway, we played there, and then it burnt down like it was either a couple days later.
Did it burn down or did it burn down?
I don't know. It was an Italian restaurant. I'm not saying like anything. I was just saying it's an Italian restaurant. I'm not saying anything like it was just, you know, it was an Italian restaurant, right? The Mast. I didn't say that it was organized at all. I'm just saying like it burnt down. And
what happened to Vinny?
And well, anyway, we were sitting like I'm 15 or 16 then, and I'm smoking in there, you know. And,
Yeah.
like my dad and mom show up at the show, and I'm like,
Oh shit! They
like,
said they were
oh,
coming.
they were coming, dang it. Now, why is this person's grandmother here? I can't smoke on stage. Like, they probably didn't want me smoking in there anyway, but like,
Back then, no, yeah, you could
yeah, you
smoke
could smoke in
everywhere
that.
back
You
then.
could smoke in that restaurant, but
Yeah, absolutely.
But if you're 16 years old, you necessarily couldn't smoke.
I mean,
whatever, you
only
know?
if they're asking, you know. I used to smoke everywhere.
Oh yeah, I was about to ask y'all could vape in here. I'm so.
Hey, you can vape.
Oh really? I could have been doing this the whole time.
Yeah.
No.
Oh no? Oh, I thought people did vape in here. No?
Kurt said no.
Is it marijuana?
No,
Oh.
it's this thing. I got it for
Whoa,
$1.
Let me see that. $1? You
Yeah,
should
they had-
put that in your mouth for $1?
No, well, it was on clearance at the head shop. I'm noticing all these things are like all these things that you smoke, and I could have brought the other one in, but whatever. It's got this like devil horn kind of thing on the back of it, and this one's like propaganda trademark, and it's got this like all seeing eye thing on it. So they all have this like devil.
Oh, there's just
kind
little
of thing.
tracking devices in there. It's fine. Your phone's a tracking device. It's all good.
That's probably all it is.
What is
Tracking
that
device.
lemonade? Dragon
It says
fruit?
strawberry, apple, peach, pineapple. I don't know. I
That's
seriously,
like every fruit. What the fuck?
That's every fruit.
as long as it wasn't mango, I
Is it
don't.
all at the same time?
How about you? I don't know if you're a partaker, but go.
Oh,
It's
no, no.
This is just
God, I wish.
This is just a little. It's 5% nicotine.
5%
So
nicotine. I used to be habitual. I love smoking, dude.
They should make those with like the candles.
an
where
oral
you go
fixation.
further down you go, it changes flavors.
I'm telling you. Oh,
Oh,
wow.
why
Kurt,
aren't
that's
you
a
making
good
a-
idea, dude?
you need to make $1 million.
Just a chambered vape, like every 7 puffs is a different
Well, I
flavor.
think the
Chocolate
problem.
flavored, now it's blueberry.
I've got one that's like a like
actually
a
a fucking really good
You
idea.
fill it up with a little juice, like a little thing. Because
The big boy one.
Well, not really anything like that, but just like a $20 thing that that's kind of fakes that. Because I'm not spending a whole bunch of money on this.
That they had to, like, pull out of a separate
Dude,
package.
rigs were
Yeah, well, so that's the thing is the coils they take on that flavor, and then to say if you were burning
So-
through with the same coil, I
those
guess it
guys
would,
that had to load up every time they wanted to hit it because the coils were so
that was like
fucking hot.
That's like we used to do that with
Now
bowls all the
there's
time.
that, and like you hit it and then you just throw it away and go
That's
lie
it. The
down.
elf bars. That's,
And
that's
this is
the
so
big thing
wasteful
now.
too, because there's a battery and you're throwing that into the abyss. It's
Dude,
like,
they're the most wasteful. Like we thought K cups were bad. That shit's gonna be on
We
a
thought
whole.
K-cups were real bad.
That
K-cups
shit's
are
gonna
bad.
be.
What about vapes?
Yeah.
What you
no, I totally agree, and I don't even like doing it. And I
let's
quit smoking, and I quit doing everything, and then what was
It's
it?
the nicotine that's a real bitch.
Yeah, the nicotine part is I quit
Dude, I
smoking
just love
and I quit.
cigarettes. I actually like.
Oh, I love cigarettes. I love holding it in my hand.
Yeah.
holding it a different way.
Dude,
I
that
smoke
lung fucking. Get in my body.
bad. You love a cigarette too?
love boofing them.
Boofing them? What's that mean?
Put it in your butt.
Oh, okay.
those
Does it make your
butt
butthole like? Does it like numb it a little bit? Like I give you that. Little...
The warmth. Oh, you pre-light? Pre-lit?
Oh.
Pre-lit in the shitter. Pre-litter in the shitter.
He's blowing smoke circles. He's blowing a little.
Firefly, you're in the middle of it. It's bad time.
That's
Call that a
insane.
firefly.
No, that's too much for me, Kurt. I can't handle that.
They fucking...
Buttholes and cigarettes. I mean,
Dude,
people do
ciggies
pour
are
like
great.
liquor in their butt.
They ever tell me I'm terminal, bro, it's right to the gas station. I'm not going back to the doctor.
Yeah.
I'm gonna smoke till I'm dead.
I told my
That's
wife
still-
that
that's
the other
still
day.
My favorite like intro to the Resident Alien or whatever.
Who? Oh, the Resident
he's
Alien.
the
Yeah,
doctor,
yeah.
and he's like, well, you can eat whatever you want for the rest of your life.
Because you're
Yeah, 'cause
not
you're
gonna live
dying.
long. Yeah, because you're dying.
What?
You do whatever you want.
It's true.
So
Oh,
thanks, Doc, for being straight with me.
pizza rolls,
Yeah.
cigarettes,
Like, you don't have to worry about what you're.
No, I'm gonna try to. If I want
and
to
I'm
feel
gonna
good,
smoke fucking awesome cigarettes too.
like what would you say would be awesome cigarettes? Roll your own.
No,
like,
no, like a Parliament.
You ever go down to the?
Parliament.
You shouldn't do this because you don't smoke, but
No, I don't smoke.
you could go down to the tobacco store, like the good one, not the tobacco store, but like the pipe and
the pipe tobacco shit.
right over here off
Yeah.
of University, and buy. Of course, it's so expensive now because if you say cigarette, they're like, okay, well here comes a 40% tax that we had to pay, and then another 20
Oh,
or
yeah.
30% tax that you got to pay, and it's like doubles
Just
in
say
price.
pipe.
So if you get the thin cut pipe tobacco, you can do it, but you got to let it dry out. Anyway, those are like really I mean, they're really great cigarettes. It's deluxe tobacco.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
really good. I love that.
Rich. Real
Rich. And this,
What
you
about
know,
taking the cigars?
I know.
I'm not
dude.
into cigars too big.
I-
I'll
I
smoke
liked
a little.
them.
I'll smoke a little bitty old
You know what I like?
ascots.
I like the. It's not the cigar itself. It's the moment of the cigar. So you have a cigar.
I'm too
it's like a
ADHD
thing.
for that.
Dude.
Each other 'cause there's so much smoke.
Or you go into like a cigar store where it's like a real one, where like those
thick.
dudes are all about it, and everyone in there.
Same thing on that one over there. That one on University. You walk in there and like if I walk in there and I'm in there for 10 minutes tops, picking out whatever I want, get a little box of little ascots and whatever I get, and then I'm hoping my work doesn't see this because I do not smoke. I haven't been over there in a while because I signed some kind of thing for my insurance saying
That's all right, you don't smoke.
I don't smoke anymore, and
Well, dude, they do smell delicious.
You walk in there and you're soaked in it. Like I'll get home, my wife's like, "Have you been smoking? Like where you been?" Like, "Oh my gosh, did you go to the bar?" It's pretty thick in there,
But I love, man, ain't nothing.
I just wanted to go in there.
The moment of it, like you're with your boys most of the time, like it's just like a celebration type thing.
Yeah,
like
no, that's cool.
An occasion, like the last time I was in a cigar store was a buddy like getting married, so it's like we were in Nashville, and it was like what is that called? The bachelor party.
Yeah,
and
that stuff. I mean, you gotta smoke a cigar.
We were in there for like 3 fucking hours. It was amazing. I was like, holy shit! Met some nice people.
I've always, there was several times where I was like, we'd be doing something and I would bring some cigars for my friends and they were all like I paid $5 for these cigars and they're stuck. Oh, and they like, well, I'm not doing this many more times. Probably 10 or more, 12 more times.
Yeah.
Whatever. I
know we were all about it. Even the people who didn't smoke would just puff it, puff and
or chew on it or something.
There's like a Furnace Fest cigar club every year that they like meet up.
Well, now I'm jealous. I can't have a cigar. If I have a cigar, I'm smoking cigarettes.
If I break the seal, I'm gonna break the seal.
Like, dude, if I breathe in too much campfire smoke, I'm like, let me get some of that.
If I drink a cup of coffee, I might be like, all right, it's time for a red. It really is.
Like it's a bad addiction. I am addicted.
Well, my uncle smoked, and I always looked up to my uncle. I thought that was so cool. He was
cool.
like Joe Camel
Don't let
to
anybody
me.
Tell you different.
It is pretty cool. And
it's
then
fucking awesome.
I had a neighbor who was kind of like,
it
does kill you. And there's a guy, and I think he's probably in prison now, but he was a neighbor of mine, and he was like a bad older kid, and he's like, come ride 4-wheelers and like smoke a cigarette, So that was like kind of. And then I always in high school, I always had cigarettes because. And I would smoke the Marlboros and the blue. Oh my gosh, Mom! I was
You're old now. You're 37.
No, I was probably like 13 when I smoked my first cigarette.
That's about right.
Yeah,
I was 8.
8? Whoa, yeah, boy, howdy. Yeah. And I probably smoked before that, but I remember.
And you know what I mean by that? Like, smoke a cigarette, right? And then you don't have one for a long time because you're just scared of it or whatever.
Well, for me, it was like I was like at that point looking for somebody to buy me cigarettes all the time.
You did things in the woods. You didn't do shit by your house. Don't get caught.
No, we were out in the woods.
Yeah, you go in the woods.
Yeah, we were in the woods smoking cigarettes.
The adults don't go in the woods unless it's to hunt. So if it's not hunting season, you're fine.
I wonder if the...
Was that your logic?
Yeah,
that's pretty good logic, honestly. I really like that. No, they're not out here doing anything.
No one is going to come looking for you. They'll yell at the edge of the woods because they're scared of things you should be, but you don't know about them yet. So you're in the woods all the time.
There was this one time in high school where I was either a junior or a sophomore, because I just turned like 16. I was driving, and it was right after Christmas, and my mom had bought me this really nice, cool button-down shirt, and I wore it to school one day. But I went out to there was this, if you know anything about Camden lore, there's this cemetery outside of Frenchport, where I grew up in Frenchport, close to the river, close to the Frenchport Landing and Spoonbend. It's beautiful out there. There's an old house, and it was like 18 something built house, and it's still standing, and some old lady lives in it, whatever. And then across the street there's an old cemetery. Well, in the back of the cemetery there's this tombstone, and her name was Drusilla, and I don't remember her last name, but people would always be like, you go in there, shine your flashlight on it, says Dracula, I swear. So people would go do that anyway. So I'd go down there and before school and have a cigarette, and I burnt my shirt. Oh my gosh, I have to get rid of the shirt immediately, and I threw it out. And I shouldn't have been littering a cemetery or outside of the road of the cemetery or whatever. I shouldn't have been littering at all. So the next day in the newspaper, cemetery, somebody set a fire out there. We found this shirt we think was involved, and I'm like, yeah, because we didn't have the internet back then.
I mean,
we had
true.
It was like
free everything.
It was like 2003 or 4 maybe.
Did your shirt catch on fire?
Well, I had caught it on fire, but I think it was out, and I don't think it was involved at all in starting the fire.
Right, because it wouldn't be there if the shirt would have.
But I think they were like, we're gonna bag this as fucking evidence and take it, because whatever.
it was probably other kids smoking in the woods too. You know, it
Yeah,
was. Like,
it
they probably
was.
just dropped the
Or
butt.
it might have been just loggers and oops, whatever, and like they didn't say anything. It could have been that, it could have been anything, but it wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
All
So
this
you
thing,
flicking on the cigarette?
it wasn't me. Didn't burn down a cemetery.
It wasn't me. Yeah, he just 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
See how
This is
time
wild.
fucking
Yeah, it does
flies,
fly.
Dude.
It's like
That's
time
crazy.
Time is just.
Are you
weird.
serious?
4:22.
I feel like we
You
just
know,
started talking.
I know. I'll come back and talk to y'all anytime. I should have said it. I said it to you guys, but I'm just thankful for y'all guys having me on here, especially the week of the release.
Absolutely.
And I've been looking forward to it for a long time. I'm happy to be here with the heavy hitters.
For a long time too, so it's like
Yeah, me too.
course.
About
Well,
35 years. No, on and off,
That's a little
No, I love
different.
my brother. I really do.
I love my brother,
We get
too.
along like brothers, but
You love your brother. I thought you were gonna say you love his brother.
I love my brother.
I mean, I too. I love Micah. Micah's
I
a
love
great guy.
everybody. Micah's a great guy. Micah's a great guy. He's a great musician. And
I
Micah,
love talking to him, man. He's always,
Well, he got in He got a license of Fruity Loops when he was like 8 or 10, man, and he's just been doing dolls ever since. And he's
Yes.
just so good at using them. He's
Yeah.
so great, and
his live
he'd be a
streams during the
producer.
pandemic, it was like he figured that out immediately and was like, "Oh, I can stream like 27 instruments, perfect sound quality." And then I would text him, I'm like, "Dude, that stream was great." And he's like, "It was a little off." Like, what the?
Yeah, always. It's that perfectionist
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of thing,
He
and
has
my
that
brother's the same
perfectionist
way I am.
mentality, yeah.
It really is. He's got that perfectionist thing going on, and he's really good at it. And he's also the kind of guy that can.
Very good at
he's just picked up drums like just in a weekend.
Literally, I
like
know.
a little kid,
Yeah.
and he picked up guitar in like a weekend, and
Yeah.
he picked up piano and like nothing. He can just do all these things, and he's he's like
clicks.
me. He's like not a master of everything, but he's got a real well rounded.
He's pretty fuck. I think you're low king how good you are.
He is my
You're
little
fucking
brother. I
talented
can.
as shit.
Yeah. He's really talented. He really is. He's
Yeah.
more talented than I am. I can write better lyrics than him though, and I can write better riffs.
Feud.
brother feud. Reynolds brother feud in the middle of the.
What started it all? Well, let me sit down and tell you a story. Maybe it
That's
will.
another time. Okay, we can talk all kind of cool stuff.
Y'all
About.
but y'all got to get in a band together though. Is the problem? Because
Oh yeah, we got like a Liam Gallagher, Noel
Liam
Gallagher,
brothers.
kinda.
Yeah,
There's a right Wonderwall.
No.
Break up and be like, we hate each other.
We hate each other, and we're never gonna look at each other again. And then we're gonna look at each other, but then we're gonna not look at each other.
That's right. And we're gonna say we're gonna do stuff, but then you know what? We're never gonna do that
Go
stuff.
through the world playing
Yeah.
the same song.
That's right. Here's my version. Fucking
We're not
idiot.
gonna write anything new.
Nope.
We're not Radiohead, for goodness sakes.
Can you imagine? It's like one hit wonders. It always blows my mind. You wrote one thing, and forever it paid for your life. Like you did
But it's so
one
crazy
Be great.
that
thing.
one song is bigger than like even huge bands' entire career.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. Like
It's
it paid for your whole life, and it's
Mm-hmm.
one, and not just your life. 5 fucking people.
Yeah, and
are
their
living
sibling
on
and
the
their
money that
yeah.
that one
Forever.
thing generated. What the?
They're all of their grandparent or uncles and everybody that came out of
Like
the
make
woodworks
fun
about
of
it.
a
yeah.
one-hit wonder all you want. It's like, dog, they got.
but also now
one more than I've
if
got.
You have a one-hit wonder and you're good for like a year.
That's it.
You
Every
Think of Lil
TikTok.
Nas X. Like he put out the same song like 6 times.
Yep.
It went #1 every single time.
Every single time.
Why doesn't Kurt have a microphone?
Well, you know what? That's
He
what this
handed it to
is.
you.
Waka waka.
It's an interface problem at this junction in our journey to figuring out how the fuck to do this properly.
You don't have enough inputs or something? Like
No.
what?
You
So
don't
we
enough
have-
money.
We have two. We have 2 inputs.
I'll look at all that in a
Okay,
little bit.
we have 2 inputs, and we need a third. The biggest issue is that the software we use, we know how to fix it now. There is a definite fix. It's just
Oh, yeah, we
it's
did,
a money.
yeah.
So it's the switcher. But once that's done,
Mm-hmm,
everything will be separate, and we can cut it all together.
It's in the software. It's not your
It's in
physical.
the software. It's a software issue
Okay.
because that
I don't know
takes
much
2
about it.
channels and goes into that software right there, and it's one. It's just one. You cannot
Oh, it's just one
see
channel.
the 2
Oh.
different. You cannot edit the 2 different. So that's what I'm saying. When I tell you the whole thing, and I'm like, when you're back here,
Yeah.
it's gonna sound like you're back there. That's why we give the spiel. Because usually,
It's a good spiel
if
to
I
give,
had
you
your
know.
channel only, I could just boost you. cut out the background noise.
Yeah,
it'll sound
yeah.
good enough.
What y'all need to do is like run I got a Tascam Model 12 that I've been screwing with.
Yeah.
And you can run as many channels as you want to that and stereo out to whatever, and then you can mix it on the board. You can record your audio on the board.
I know what he's saying.
You can. I'll show you my stuff when you come over.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna come over. Yeah, you're gonna
next
come.
door neighbors. I'm like,
Oh yeah, yeah. You come check out my garden. I'll show you everything. You know, I got a garden.
There's a lot of
going
people
on.
that live out there. I'll turn you on to. Like, it's more than you think.
Well, I know that, and I'm not trying to bust
And you
anybody
know
out, but
East End
Jared
Sound is down there too.
Fuller. I just almost said Jared Fuller. It's not his name.
Fogel, you
Joseph.
Subway
Sorry,
guy?
Jared Fuller. Joseph Fuller, and he's a fantastic musician, and he lives somewhere out there.
Arkansas is filled with fantastic musicians.
We all just got to come together and make it
wish,
work
man.
with each other.
Close to East End Sound too, right?
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
I mean, he'd be closer than me, and I'm like 8 minutes from that joint.
Yeah, I'm totally 3 minutes probably.
Yeah.
I haven't got. I would keep
East End is
Velty.
only
I keep saying
7
like I'm gonna
minutes
come check
wide.
it out, and I don't know who I'm talking to on their
Dude,
Facebook page, but
You
Velty.
should.
Yeah.
It's fucking. They did an open house a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah, I meant to go to that and I didn't do it.
You should have. It's fucking awesome
It
in
was a
there.
storm that like whole day.
It was a big ass storm.
It was a big storm.
Yeah.
I'll show recording studio now. No.
Okay, plug your stuff.
Oh yeah. Okay. So, Spoonbend is my new band. Got a new album eponymously titled Spoonbend, and it comes out on June 28th. And it was produced by Jimbo Mathis, and we recorded it in one of the most historical studios in the world. I mean, it's just like it's surreal to think about. You know, I need all the help I can get from folks who support rock music in Arkansas and beyond, because I'm doing this all by myself. You know, like I've had some help and I've got some good backing, but Jimbo's thing is like he's so hands off. He'll answer questions and talk, and he'll give me advice and those things. But really, what he wants me to do is see myself, like give me just enough rope to hang myself, basically. You know, just to see what I can do, how hard I'm going to work at it. And man, I've been working hard, and I just need more people's ears on it. And you know, I appreciate y'all for getting the word out there with me. You know, and
And for the
Absolutely.
people watching this week, June 28th is this Friday.
June 28th is this Friday, and we will be at the Whitewater Tavern. And I understand there's a big show at the where?
Vino's.
Yeah, so who's playing Vino's?
Well, I was trying not to talk about it to not.
No, it's cool, man. Y'all talk about it. It's cool. People are
The
gonna.
show we're doing. That's Crashcast.
Oh, cool. All right, I'm competing with
I
you
was
guys.
like, I know I'm supposed to be doing something this Friday.
No,
Literally,
that's
what's
cool.
Going through
I
my
mean-
mind. Like, can I dip out and go to his thing?
You know, if you
I cannot.
That's the
Yes,
reason
come
I can't
on,
make it
come
too.
on. Yeah, I guess so. You say you're gonna do, yeah, photos for that, and you know that's really cool, and I really do appreciate what y'all do for music.
Incredible shows are happening all the same
Oh my
time,
gosh,
right?
it is going to be an incredible show. Like I said earlier, we've got a cast of characters that's going to be amazing. I mean, Jimbo Mathis is playing in my band, and that just
I wanna
and
meet this man.
well, come on,
Jimbo.
well, come over.
I just love his name.
Hit me up. You got my phone number now, don't you? Hit me up.
I'm
Or I'll
going to
hit,
as soon
I'll
as
hit
this
you
is
over.
done.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Yeah.
I'll tell you about something cool. And what else do I want to plug about? The album comes out. I've got music out on Spotify, all the places. Please share
Yeah.
it. Please like it. You know, I'm not trying to complain about not having very many followers and stuff. But if you want, please follow me. Please share it. Do all those things. But when it comes down to it, like I'm just enjoying the ride right now. Even though I've gotten thousands of plays already, but like I don't have millions of plays, and I can keep trying to
Absolutely.
talk, or I can just enjoy the moment and understand that what I've been given, what the Lord has done in my life and given me this opportunity to do this and the work ethic to do it and the talent to do it, all those things. I'm just enjoying the ride at this point. I'm not trying to get stressed out about everything. Wait, oh no, you
Absolutely.
gotta.
Right, and still striving.
No, I absolutely agree with that,
Absolutely.
but I'm not. But if I don't,
it's a
I can, you know,
It's a good mindset to have.
right in the
Don't-
middle.
Don't forget that it's all just right now. Because whether you reach there or not, it's a perspective issue.
Well, if you'd have told me 5 years ago I'd be making a record like this, or
With this
playing
dope-ass
or
producer and all this
headlining
shit.
a
Yeah,
Whitewater,
exactly.
I would have thought you were crazy. you
Right,
know?
so like that's more than you already wanted, and now you're already.
I've already got more plays on this
Right.
on one song on this album than my first album ever got. And then you got to put those things in perspective. Like,
Exactly.
I'm not growing fast enough. Well, maybe you're not working hard enough, fatty. Fatty's me,
It's
not
okay.
him.
Hey, we're all fat. It's fine. We're not working hard enough, fatties.
We're not working hard enough.
Okay.
New work.
Oh, I got some hats. I got merch on my website too, and
Fancy.
it's mostly all drop ship at this point. But I'm trying to get back to where I can do shirts and stuff. I did with Tombstone Mine. I've also got vinyl and cassettes. Cassettes are in. They're actually physically in my hand. The vinyl will be here.
Yesterday.
Yeah, I'm trying to pimp that social media out. So, yeah, follow me on there, TikTok. I'm even on that crap, and I'm trying to do more. I'm on Twitter. For some reason, I've made some really good friends. I get zero interaction over there. So anyway,
It's okay.
yeah, it's all good.
You just got to keep doing it. It's a grind.
It's a grind, and we're all gonna do it together. Really.
Absolutely. Kurt, hit the button.
Hit the button, Kurt.
Hit the button. Crashcast Pod, Twitter Crashcast Pod 1, Patreon. We love you. Thank you. This has been great. Dude, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Well,
I'm over here with the heavy hitters in Low Rock, and I do appreciate that.
Absolutely. Anytime. Literally anytime. This has been a fucking blast. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I knew it was. I didn't respond.
Well, I can come back and talk about anything you want to when I don't have something to promote.
That's great. I mean,
I
even
love
that, like,
that.
yeah, we're promoting things, but we still had a great conversation.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Get in the weeds about all the
We
nerdy
didn't
things.
talk about just that for 2 hours.
Right.
Which is
We talked about
I didn't even realize it had been 2 hours. I'm
Conspiracy
serious.
theories.
Like, I was like,
Me too. I,
I was
looked at
in.
my watch because I had to go to the bathroom, and I'm like,
oh, there you go. Well,
oh, that's the end of the show.
I'll sign off.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for
And thanks for watching,
listening.
folks.
Peace.
Good job, guys. This has been so cool.
Hell yeah. Oh, sign the wall. Shake the